Wendy made us late because she couldn't give up Dr. Phil.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are we doing?
Hi.
Hello.
Surprise!
Brandy! How did you just sneak in? I was here for the pre-show and you were nowhere.
I'm like a
We are
ninja.
very sneaky around
like
here.
like
How are you
80s
doing?
music man, like a ninja. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing
I forgot
great.
to grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Can't
It's
open
even in the title, Valhalla. It's even in the title. How can you forget?
I can't
Why,
open my
thank
Lego
you,
box.
Brandy. And hi, Brandy.
Hi.
I miss you.
I miss you. I'm so glad to see y'all.
I'm happy to see everybody too. And chat, welcome in. I missed chat the last Lego stream, and I apologize. And thank you again, Marissa, for filling in for me. I was super grateful, but I was sad because I missed it. I had FOMO that weekend.
Aw.
But I brought y'all back. I did get
You
a Hawaiian shirt when I was on my trip. So
were scuba diving with the sharks at the time. You
was
didn't miss
really awesome.
anything.
I did. I borrowed some dude's phone and joined chat for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
right. I
chat.
forgot. She stole some guy's phone on the boat
Yes, she
just
did.
so she could join chat.
Excuse me, sir. I need your phone to check on chat. Yeah,
I mean,
that happened.
we didn't say no.
There you go.
That's true.
That's all that matters.
So, chat, to fill you in on the secret, I suppose, we invited both Recovery Addict and Brandy back tonight, but we did not tell Recovery Addict. We kept him in the dark completely. And this, we
how
have
I live my life, though, so it's
Wendy's going to build with us tonight, and Brandy's going to MC because she's amazing, and we love her to death.
And they don't like the way I build Legos, so I'm not allowed back for that.
What? I love everything Brandy does.
So anytime I'm back, they're like, we're not going to invite you back for the Lego part, but you can read chat.
Because
Like,
girl
we'll have
can
you
talk.
back.
She's good for the talking part.
Oh, I'm good for the talking part.
Also,
You wait till I get halfway through my drink. I'm even better at the talking part. So let's give it time.
Nice.
Unfiltered. Brandy.
Also, chat, so you're all on the same page. There's 4 of us that are streaming this. Recovery Addict, Brandy, myself, and MLS. We're all streaming it. This is probably going to be the biggest reaching Lego stream we've ever done. Hopefully, maybe.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
we'll see.
I'm not streaming it. Was I supposed to be?
Oh, I
Brandy,
thought you were.
you asked if you could. We said, yeah, of course.
I didn't ask
Definitely.
if I could.
She didn't
I
ask if you
didn't-
could.
You,
I
you
told
can
her.
do whatever you want.
Oh,
I
you
told her
us
she could. I lied.
Okay,
Brandy's not
okay.
streaming it.
It's like
Valhalla misled me.
I didn't follow directions.
I didn't-
Was I supposed to be doing that? I did tell my mods though, so that they would know and come over and hang out. So
Oh,
Nice.
There you go.
And they kept
Well,
the-
I apologize, chat. I just lied to you, and that's on me. That's on me.
Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't. Look,
blame
we're
Valhalla.
only 6 minutes in, and I've already ruined something. This is why I'm not invited back to play Legos either.
You don't ruin
Well.
anything.
Yeah, Reg, jump over to my stream. You get some loving over there.
And everyone say hello to Recovery Addict, our very special guest star tonight. The
Who
actual
almost-
builder guest star.
who almost didn't make it today.
Oh,
Tell us why. What happened?
Okay, so story starts now. I did something last night that I haven't done in years. I was on YouTube and I was just surfing, and I found a little channel. I like watching people play video games. It's sort of I used to like to play a lot. And there's a guy that has this live stream. And I've sort of been following their little adventure in a game called Daisy, which is like zombie apocalypse type Minecraft game, only better graphics. And so I don't know what time it was last night, maybe like 9 or 10 that I started watching. It's a 9-hour live stream, right? And and at 5 o'clock this morning, my wife
Oh
was like,
no.
Scott? She yells downstairs. I looked down. I'm like, I don't know where the time went. I know I was skipping through a little bit, and I got to the end of the video, but I got maybe 3 hours of sleep last night,
Oh wow.
Ah,
which is
no
about
brainer.
too short of what I need. And
Yeah.
so
Well-
today the family was going on a trip, and I'll break it into segments because the story goes for about 2 hours, and it just gets worse and worse.
Oh.
I thought you were going to say that you bought the game and then you spent all night playing it.
That's what I thought it was going.
I watched somebody else all night playing it.
I'm trying to figure out if that's better or worse than buying.
It might
the
be
game.
worse. I think.
I think
I'm
it
not
might be
entirely
worse.
sure.
Well, anytime I've ever started a story with, I did something last night I hadn't done in a while, and I before I knew it, it was 5 a.m. It's been pretty, it's been a lot more colorful than
Watching YouTube,
Yeah.
Netflix and chill.
What kind of trip did they have today?
What's that? What kind of what?
You said they had a trip today?
We were going to Wilmington to go to the USS North Carolina, which is a decommissioned Navy ship.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful, amazing ship. They 3 times a year they have like live actors that sort of act as if they were on the ship and actually doing the work. And and this was
David's all excited.
so we show up
Yeah.
there and paid our $14 per person to go walk around, and we got to climb all over the thing, all over. And while I'm there, there's a group of young men, like Marine Corps guys, that are dressed up in period costumes. And if you've never
what
seen
period? What period?
World War II,
Okay, all right.
Okay.
so they've got this battleship has some, I think there were 40 millimeter guns, big anti-aircraft guns
Yeah.
that are controlled by hand cranks. And you can get on there and like turn the cranks and steer the guns and stuff. It's awesome. Well, they bring these guys in to reenact. Oh, dropped my first Lego piece. To reenact that scenario, steering, pretend they're shooting at planes and everything, and then pretending that one of them gets shot. There's actually 2 seats side by side, and the 2 gunners are doing their work, and the guy in the middle that's supposed to be reloading the guns gets shot in the leg, and so he like collapses right there, and it's on a platform that's about chest height, and so they're going to show how they would evacuate him. And so imagine this. I probably should show you pictures, but it's terrible. People are reaching, they're standing at his chest, like at his head side, and they're supposed to reach and grab him by the belt and the shoulder strap and just drag him out, put him on a gurney. The Marine guy that's supposed to grab by the shoulder and the belt was not paying close attention, and they're trying to grab and pull. It's like, ready, go. And so he like reaches and grabs and pulls, and he was about 4 inches too low and a little bit to the right, and nailed the guy, just like grabbing, and it just, and the guy's like, ah!
Oh my God.
He's like, my leg.
Is it like the scene from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Yes. The guy, I mean, I watched the flinch. I was there watching. I had a direct view, and the guy's just dying. And of course, everyone knows what happened. And they're all busting up, and they're trying to stay in character. And he's like, just like writhing in real pain now. It was crazy. But,
Well, what we haven't gotten into yet is what everybody is building. So
Yes.
Wendy, what are you building?
Okay, well, first, I just realized, Brandy, and I'm so rude. I was still doing my old job, so I'm going to quit now. So you can have control over.
I was wondering, I was like, dang, they don't
I'm
like the
so
way I do that either. I'll just stand here.
I'm so sorry. That was so rude. And I'm happy to show chat what I'm building. today.
Old habits die hard.
They do, and I apologize, Miss Brandy. I
It's all right.
I'll not do it again. I'm going to build this little guy because, as you all know, I do get to build today because we have Brandy is doing my job tonight. So you guys get 2 really special treats. I'm excited for chat. You're going to have fun
Nice.
tonight.
Mind
I'm
you,
doing the chickadee.
Wendy got a whole hotel room just to sit by herself and play Legos with us. So
I
I'm
did.
excited for
I saw an Ohio lady in here. I'm actually in Ohio this week for my grandson's 5th birthday party, which was this morning. And so their
Aw.
house is full of all the relatives are visiting, and there's nowhere for me to go stream because all the rooms are taken, the living room's taken, the couches are taken. And so I got a room so I could hang out with y'all.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Wendy is awesome.
Scott, what are you
I-
building? Are you able to show us? Or
Yeah.
hang on,
Yeah.
we'll go to Valhalla. Hang on.
I am starting, not finishing, starting Diagon Alley from Harry Potter.
Oh, you got to finish that. That's a 1-day stream or one
You're
stream
out of your
build.
mind.
That's a 1-week stream.
2,750 pieces. We're not doing this all tonight. Not
Mine's-
even close.
Mine's double that, sir. All right, Scott,
No,
what do you
it's
got
not.
going in?
You told me what you're building.
because I didn't finish last time and I'm so embarrassed about it. This time I'm doing the the police off-road set, the city set. Sorry, my camera.
How
Nice.
fun.
Let me get to that. So it's going to be so far. Let me show you the progress. I put this guy together. That's as far as I've been. Go a little bit faster. 467 pieces tonight.
All right.
Oh, you could make like your own like car chase with that, and then because oh yeah,
And then I won't.
I
get
have
copyrights.
the
I'm into
jail.
it.
I have the police jail. Hang on, maybe I can zoom in.
How apropos that David has a jail.
I know, right? So if I zoom in, I got this new courtroom camera thing set up here.
Hearing weird noises.
But I need to
Sorry.
see. I've got the jail here already built. This is the city jail, which is an awesome set that Wendy got me. And I accidentally broke it, and then I rebuilt it during the trial stream last week. But that's the jail set. But today I'm actually building this.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
this is gonna be cool. This is a smaller one. This is the Imperial Star Destroyer, but this is only the 1500 piece one. So
I was gonna guess Death Star because isn't that a Star Wars thing?
Yeah, the
It
Death
is.
Star
It's the
big
big
Death Star
planet
is
size
Star Wars.
ship.
It's the only one I know. So I was gonna try to I was like, if I guess it and be like, oh yeah, Death Star, that I could either sound really cool or they're gonna be like, you're not
Nope,
good at that
wrong.
either.
No matter what you do, you're cool because you actually even knew what Star Wars was.
There you go.
I'm good with that. Yeah, you were in the realm. You didn't say like the see, I don't even know what it is. The
Hey, River.
the
Beezy.
Star Trek ship. I can't remember what it's called.
Speaking of Star Trek,
The Enterprise.
The
did you
Enterprise.
hear
thank
there's
you.
a new Star Trek Lego coming out?
Star
No.
Trek?
Yeah.
And nobody cares about that.
Rude.
So rude. I care, Wendy.
Thank you, Brandy.
I do
care.
too.
Right? I think that's badass. Apparently, it's like so expensive too.
That's the one
Yeah.
with the like. Those are the ones with the ears, right?
Yeah.
Spock.
Yeah. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
be a Lego set I don't buy.
Everybody's gonna
Wait,
send you
does he
one.
do his thumb out or is the thumb stay in? Oh,
like
okay.
that.
Thank you. Yeah, cool.
I think.
To
The
the
Vulcan.
super awesome chatter who asked about if I have a channel. I do not. I am a super fan of David and Valhalla and have been since they started streaming. And one thing led to another. David asked me to do a stream with him one time. It's a long story, but I don't have a channel and I'm probably never going to have a channel. I'm only here. Normally my role is to be what Brandy's doing tonight. So normally I pull up chat, I hang out with chat. And also I get to ask the special guest star, like RA Scott here. I get to ask them really cool questions. Tonight, though, I'm gonna build a Lego.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heck yes.
So thank you all for asking.
What was the last one you got to build?
On Mother's Day, the last time
That was.
your first time emceeing, not the last
Yeah.
time you were here because you've been here a lot, but the first time you emceed and it was Mother's Day. So I think this is great because it's almost Mother's Day. So this will be our Mother's Day stream.
That's awesome.
It's almost like a full circle moment.
It
going on
really
right now.
is.
It
It's
is
a full
kind of.
heart circle moment.
Yeah, every time Brandy's on, Wendy gets to build.
That's awesome.
Not every time.
Didn't it?
I
Not
did
every
build-
time. Don't get
I
used
did
to this,
build-
Wendy.
When
I
she
built the one
builds,
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I built the
one
orchid.
time.
Just-
So you
just-
really only built one thing one time here?
I only built one. And then y'all pissed
Wow.
me off because you finished before me. And it was past my bedtime. And I started getting cranky
Wait.
because I wanted to win. And you were like, it's not a competition. But then you proceeded to compete. So yeah, no, I haven't. Nope. Haven't been back since then to build.
right?
I just
I
come
thought
back
you
and
built.
run shit.
Didn't you build on Mother's Day?
No, I
A year
emceed on
ago.
Mother's Day.
She was
Yeah, she emceed though, but that was a year ago. Yeah.
All right. Well, we need to have you back then for a build. But-
No, you guys have to be nicer to her, not compete.
Right. I'm just gonna have. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. But you
Well, I
just
think
wait.
Well then.
I think Scott's going to beat us all today.
I'm trying to focus and just like dial it in. Look at this. I'm already.
Well, you got
I got,
Oh,
like, these cars
Scott's
started.
jamming tonight.
Yeah, he
you
is.
had like ridiculous size sets, and you had multiples of them, didn't you?
I had a couple. I actually bought two for tonight as well.
Outstanding.
I got the crime lab, the mobile crime lab.
Oh,
The
cool.
police van thing.
Yeah.
My son already built that one, like the day I bought
Oh,
it.
okay.
It's like, I get one. So I'm like, fine, you take the harder one. That's probably the best way anyway.
I found myself buying multiple sets at a time because I will just want to build one. And so I'll build it just like by myself in the living room, because it's there, right? So why not build it? So this set I wanted to build for today, and so I ordered it, and I purposely kept it under the desk here so that it wasn't in the house where I could just randomly build it. I was so tempted though during the trial stream I've been covering last week to like break it out and build it. Thankfully, I destroyed the police jail, and so I got an opportunity to rebuild that during Friday's stream, so that was good.
Oh wow. I only have the orchid. just that's the extent of my exciting collection. But it is
I
still
think she's
sitting.
guilting us into
I
inviting
think
her
she
back
is.
in.
I think we need to get this scheduled pretty quick. I don't know how much of this I can take.
It is still sitting on my little shelf right there by the computer in the condo though. So
I was gonna say actually, I'm a little disappointed that it didn't make the new set, if I'm being perfectly frank, ma'am.
well, I left it where I built it, and I'm still there all the time, and I still stream all the time too. We're kind of back and forth because he and I both get to work from home.
We were.
What is this? So where are you now? I always say you look like you're in a diner.
I know, right? It looks like my little corner
cool.
booth.
I like
This is so I'm at the house now. So the house is in Orlando area, and then the condo is in Panama City Beach. So it's about 5.5 hours from each. But he can work from home a lot, and I can work from home a lot, of course. So we just kind of go back and forth.
Well, I have a question. Cool. If I'm coming down to Panama, say next month, do I have a free place to stay, or are you in Panama?
When are you going to Panama?
No, I'm not next week.
I was gonna say
I don't come in the summertime. It's getting too hot down there. I stay away until at least October.
David.
Now I like going to random places, and if I have a place to stay, it's even better.
Well, California's your favorite state. You should come see me next.
I'll be in California in September, Wendy.
Come see me.
I'm going to be in Pasadena and Palm Springs.
I would definitely fly down to see you, but also I would love to host you and your family, whoever's coming.
Well, we have a conference in Pasadena, so I don't think the commute would be a bit rough.
Southwest. It's not a commute. It's an airplane.
Yeah. And then we're going to do Joshua Tree. We want to hike Joshua Tree. My wife and I have been making a rounds to actually here. Look at this. I got the bottle. So we got these bottles that are national parks, and so all the national.
Oh,
parks
I've seen those.
Yeah, we put stickers on, and so we've both been to. If you combine our trips like by ourselves and in the past, we've been to almost all of them, but maybe like a dozen. And then, but we decided that these are places that we've been together. So even if we've been there before, we have to revisit together, put the sticker on.
That's romantical.
That's
like
adorable.
Is there a time frame for completing the mug?
Life before we die.
Thing. Okay.
Yeah. Before we die, we have to do that. So every time we get a chance to go to a state or a place that we haven't been, we always look for a state park or a national park rather, and be like, all right, we can go here. We can check this one off.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's what we've been doing. Yeah. So we got to get down. The hardest ones to get to are in Florida. There's 2 in Florida, and one's the Everglades, and then the other one's at the end of Key West that you have to take a boat to. And basically either hang out there all day, or they drop you off all day, and they're like, we'll be back at night to pick you up, or you can stay the night and we'll be back in the morning. Your choice.
It looks so cool though.
Oh, we want to do it, definitely. We're going down there in October.
Am I what?
You like hiking and all that kind of? You're like outdoors?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like I used to go camping and fishing and stuff all the time before I got sick, and I haven't really gone camping since getting sick. But also now, like, I work so much. But I love anything outdoors.
Aw.
Scott, what about you? Are you a hiking man?
I love it. I love the outdoors.
Wow. Well, y'all are so outdoorsy. That's very cool.
I haven't been I mean, I've gone camping a little bit, like overnight here and there, but I've got like backpacking ultralight tents, backpacking gear, water
cool.
purifiers, everything. It's sit in storage.
That's the thing. My stuff sits in storage, and I'll be like, we got to go do something, and then my wife will pick the most ridiculous challenges. Like, so there's a story of the Swedish king in, like, I don't know, 1500 something, whatever, was chased out of Denmark, and he ran all the way from Denmark to like Stockholm. Well, that's now a hike that you can do, and it's like 48 miles or something. And my wife's like, hey, let's go do that in June. And it's through like the northern Sweden and stuff. So we're going to apparently hike 48 miles and backpack. So now I get to break all that stuff out.
Bahama, do you like camping? I'm sorry, Scott.
You're recreating the King's Run, the Exodus or something?
Yeah.
It's literally called the King's Trail, the King's Run or something like that in Swedish. Yeah, we're recreating it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That
it
is
is.
pretty
It
cool.
is kind of cool, except he didn't make it all the way. He hid out underneath some. No, wait, maybe he did make it. But at one point, he hid out under some hay, like a bale of hay. Like he just like crawled in underneath, and they were like, and the Danes were like jabbing their swords into it. But I think he made it out, and then he snuck around them, and then made it all the way to
Are you,
Stockholm.
Oh,
are you
wow.
going to do the hay part?
I kind of want to. I mean,
Yeah.
if we're gonna reenact it, right, we gotta hide under.
Go big
hay
or
and
go
get-
home, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Gotta be
You
authentic.
want to be authentic,
Yeah.
exactly.
Washbar, are you Bay Area, like California Bay Area? Because hello, hi. Yeah.
Climate.
I am a big fan of camping. It's something I haven't done in many, many years, and maybe only once or twice since I've been out of the army.
Isn't it
But-
just your life now?
Well, right. Like I
A
get
little bit, huh?
plenty of nature on a daily basis. And Mrs. Valhalla was actually we were just talking about this yesterday, that I need to like pull out my tent and see if it's still worth anything, you know, like in any decent shape or get a new one. And
Yeah.
we're talking about a camp stove and stuff the other day. And it's kind
Well,
of weird.
RA has stuff you can have. It sounds like he's not using his.
That'd be a good price too. So.
Right, give it to you a good price.
Well,
I
no,
love
this
it.
conversation is going to motivate
We'll talk,
Scott
we'll
to go camping and dust it off.
right.
I actually am. I'm going camping for 3 days up in Virginia in
Outstanding.
Hawaii.
Nice. Where are you going
but-
in Virginia? Well, I don't know if you want to tell, but
It's a private ranch that
We're all gonna
doing
show up.
a reenactment, and I'm the cameraman. So I'm supposed to be like in period costume, which is like
ooh,
I don't
what
think-
kind of reenactment?
David is
Colonial.
so excited right now.
Okay.
Colonial.
Pioneer Trek reenactment. So it's hand carts, camping,
Nice.
very, very primitive. And except for me, I'm going to be carrying all the camera gear and filming. So
I did. I used to do Civil War reenacting, and we
those are
did a reenactment in Shakertown, Kentucky, where we actually boarded a steam locomotive and like got on it, and then we took it to a place, and then we had to hike, and then we camped a bit, and so we tried to do this as much as we could, recreate this this march that the Kentucky soldiers did during the Civil War. It was kind of cool. It was exhausting though. It's ridiculous, and I did not carry a bunch of camera equipment with me. Just
yeah, those
the guns.
costumes are not cool. I mean, they
Yeah,
look
and-
cool, but they're not.
Sorry, Scott.
Very-
What month did you say this is? That you're doing this? Scott?
Me? I think it's in July.
It's gonna be hot.
Oh, it's
Okay,
gonna be-
here's the thing about those. You wear cotton shirts underneath. So, I mean, it sounds kind of gross, but it absorbs all the sweat, and you don't get as hot as you think you would.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I don't
I'm
know. I
sweating
survived.
here.
That sounds like a lie to try to make people
Yeah.
feel better about how hot it's going to be.
It sounds
Brandy,
like you're going to be
I-
awfully hot. That's what it sounds
Brandy,
like.
I'm gonna challenge you to a wool competition in Florida in the summer. Are you down
This
for that?
sounds ridiculous. People
I surrender.
died.
Absolutely, absolutely not.
Wave
Like,
the white flag.
I am too
I'm
damn
not
old
here
to be
to
trying to
disappoint
prove
you.
anything to anybody and do competitions. Like, no, sir, I will have my air conditioner and my, my beach breeze. I don't need wool. I surrender. You win.
I do watch a lot of
Wool.
traveling YouTube, and it said wool is apparently cool.
It is. I'm telling you.
Really?
A lot of it makes
Yeah.
me itch and
It
sweat.
breathes. A lot of the air blows right through it, although it's insulated enough to keep you warm when it's cold out. But then the cotton absorbs the sweat, and that keeps you cool. It's really not that bad.
I've
I
heard
This
don't know.
sounds
Scott,
like
have
some
you done it
bullshit.
before? Have you
With
worn
wool?
that and like hiked around in it?
This is the third time I've filmed this type of reenactment. Before it was in Wyoming, so this is the first time in Virginia with the humidity.
Okay, well, you let us know. You report back and let us know if I'm right or
if I survive, I will.
Assumptions. Yeah,
Right. Oh, he's going to be a
I have
heat
only
casualty.
seen a guy suffer from heat stroke once during all of that, so you know the odds are in your favor.
There you go.
I'm not kidding.
Well, the Arizona people are going, don't talk to me about heat, please. But you know what, Arizona, you can't relate to this unless you've been on the East Coast. The humidity, I don't care if it's only 80 and the humidity is 100. It's horrible.
It hits different.
It does hit. And I love Virginia, but in the summertime, no thanks.
Yeah.
You're in the DC area, Scott, right?
I'm in North Carolina. So
you're in North Carolina. Oh, okay.
Yeah, not even close to DC.
We got some.
I mean, closer than I am, I think.
It's like, DC, North Carolina. It's like all the same. Yeah.
Right?
Same.
I mean,
you don't live in
once
California.
you get past Ohio, is there a difference?
Ooh, easy, buddy. Easy.
Even I met a guy at my grandson's birthday party today that's from Michigan. Well, he lives there now. He's actually from California, but he lives in Michigan. He went to college in Florida and met his wife, who's from Michigan. So they live in Michigan now.
Nice. By the way, did Farrell reach out to you? Because I was like, hey, Wendy's in town.
Sometimes we try to. It just doesn't ever work out. She works nights, and I like to go to bed at night.
I said you guys can go shopping, go mall shopping or something.
Mall
I
shopping.
think we would more like go pick up on dudes. That's more our style.
I don't know. What do ladies do these days? I'm stuck in
Pick
the
up on
90s.
dudes. Same thing they did in the olden days. Look for dudes. I'm gonna get me a Marine. I'm gonna go get me one of them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Something. Whatever
Brandy,
brand.
it's still okay to look, right? You just can't purchase.
I purchased, so I'm.
But you can still window
Which
shop.
is actually really funny because the last time I was on here, I was like, nope, I'm never getting married. I'm never like you will never catch me up on an altar.
I think I might have to go clip that.
There you
Well,
go.
Maybe make it short out there and share it around.
I think most single people say that until they find that person that makes you change your mind.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you for certain that when I got divorced, I did the online dating thing, and then I dated around a little bit, otherwise, and I was like, this is dumb. All these, I don't like any of these people. I don't want to do this anymore. You know what? I'm just going to focus on my kids and myself and my career and do what I want to do. And that's when I met my current wife.
Yeah.
Well, met her. I knew her before, but that's like kind of the story, right?
Yeah. That's how it was for us. Neither of us had any, interest in dating or anything like that. And then our friends introduced us, and then we haven't left each other's side since, which actually normally would drive me nuts because I like my alone time. And so normally I would be super annoyed by now, but not with him. So that's a good sign. and
then Wendy's been married a dozen times.
Give or take.
Yeah. And then Scott, you've been married for like 40 years, right?
No. It's
I'll be right back, you guys.
I was married in 2000. So
okay.
Oh wow.
It'd be easy to remember, right?
25 years.
2000
nice.
Then you start counting on your fingers, 2001, 2002.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted because I'm realizing I'm this far along and the piece doesn't fit.
Well, the point of the show is to try to distract you while you're building.
I don't know what I did wrong.
I ask myself where I went wrong all the time. So are you missing a piece? Or is something on backwards?
I have 3 sets over here that I didn't finish on last week's Lego stream. I started them and I was like missing pieces or things weren't going together, and then I moved on to the next one. And so I have 3 unfinished sets behind me.
Oh wow.
So don't feel bad.
I feel better if I'm able to fix it. So
this thing's kind of cool looking so far. It looks kind of like one of those snow speeders. No, anyone? Snow speeder? No one?
I don't know what that is. I live in Florida.
It's from Star Wars. But that's okay.
Shore Life Creation said she's been married for 37 years now.
Wow. Congratulations.
Who's been married the longest in between everybody in chat and everything? Who's been married the longest? 37 years.
I'm going on 5 years with my current one. Hey, can I add the old wife and the new wife together?
No.
Or-
That's not how that works.
That's
No?
not.
Okay.
Because
That's
then
not.
I would have 100 years. No.
I'll have 1 month tomorrow. No. Yeah, 1 month tomorrow.
Wait,
Oh,
did you actually get married?
Oh, did you do the deed?
Yeah.
Did you guys alone? You did go to
Congratulations,
Vegas,
Leslie.
didn't you? I knew
It
you were going
was-
to go to Vegas.
Well, we did it on the beach. We just did our vows. So we're going to do like an actual like wedding next year. But we were like,
But you're legally married.
we're legally married. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Oh, that's so
concerned that
fun.
you got married. I didn't get notification. I didn't get an invite.
Nobody did, but everybody wants me to stream the actual wedding, and they're like, "Yeah, RA can stream it, and we'll have like,
Yeah.
we'll have like everybody there." And so everybody's like planning. So basically, like the internet streets are out here planning my wedding. So we'll just see how it goes,
Well, hopefully they all pay for it too.
right?
I'm not gonna stream it. I just want to come and have a good time. That's all.
Well, come on.
I love
But you-
love, so I'm here to celebrate it. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I'm so excited.
So wait,
So
when's the actual wedding?
Who
ceremony?
was topless on
30
horseback during your beach wedding? That's what I want to know. Him or you?
Me.
The preacher,
Yeah, Scott was.
Mahala.
the preacher.
I
We
feel like
so our
A beach wedding's got to
actual-
have a topless person on horseback.
I don't know what kind of beach weddings you've been to.
I've never attended one of those.
They sound a lot
All
more
the beach
exciting.
weddings that I've been to are like that. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Well, I guess that's how they do it in Michigan. But our actual wedding will be on our like 1 year anniversary. So
Okay.
Awesome.
Pretty cool. We got married during the vid with and we were like we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a destination wedding during the vid so that way nobody comes.
Nobody can come.
That was the idea.
Wow.
But we
Guys-
had like family was coming, like a small number, but we couldn't get like catering, and it became like
43 years.
logistics during vid was quite complicated. So we ended up doing it in the backyard, which made a lot more people show up than we were.
oh yeah,
When I do it in the backyard, I don't want anyone watching.
Giggity.
clip that.
By the way, chat, I'm really impressed with your length of marriages. Length
I
of
know.
marriage. That's
Heck
beautiful.
yeah, 43 years. That's amazing.
I think Valhalla
Congratulations.
is going to
All
make
I-
that with his wife, and David will make that with his wife.
all
I won't
all
do
I
that
see is a bunch of people afraid of change. That's all.
I definitely don't hate change. That's one that's a good positive takeaway. I love change. I like new things. Obviously, I like new things.
So Scott,
That's
I hear,
how I sell it to my clients.
I hear you're about to have to move, huh?
Oh, cool. Demon queen.
Well, that's later on in the story.
We got stories,
You're
y'all.
missing the we nearly died part before then. So
Oh,
Oh,
gracious.
Jesus.
Well, we have audio video presentation for you all too at some point.
okay, so let me be quick with what comes before that.
Yeah, the
Leave the
whole-
battleship today, right? Drive to Wendy's, place our order. They get it wrong. We wait for them to make our wrong food. And while we're doing that, we see on the dash the little light comes on the dash on the car. I drive a Yukon XL because that's the only thing that fits my family. And a little light comes on, says tire pressure low, driver side, front driver side. I'm like, that's weird, and so I pull out and check, and I'm like, it looks fine, but I might put a couple more pounds in, So we drive over to the little gas station pump. I swipe my card, pay the $2.50, and then I proceed to try to squint at the tire to see how much pressure I'm supposed to have in there. Apparently, you only have like 32 seconds to choose how much pressure you want, and then it just defaults and eats your money. And so I paid $2.50, couldn't figure out what pressure was. And I'm like, look, I'm done. It's fine. The tire looks great. I kick it. It's fine. No problems. And
I kick it. That's a very dad thing to do.
10 miles down the road, we're doing 70. My wife's driving because I'm on no sleep. And we're doing 70 on a little two-lane North Carolina back road. And the road's a little bit bumpy. And it's going bump, 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 and suddenly the car goes all squirrely. And the back right tire has blown out. We're on the rim and just like trying to slow down. In North Carolina, you don't pull off the road in North Carolina because your car just sinks in the mud. Okay, there's no shoulder, so it's just like 2 lanes, 70 miles of mile-an-hour cars zipping by, and our tires flat, and we're nowhere. Nowhere at all. We pull over safely, and luckily there's like one house in the middle of nowhere, and the family's out there just like chilling, drinking lemonade, watching our car go boom, 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 to a stop.
Oh wow.
Everything could possibly go wrong about changing a tire. Did open up the little compartment on the back where it has the shape for the jack, and it's just empty. There's just nothing there. Like long story short, got the tire changed in their front yard because we managed to drive it off the road. Made it home, get home, and here's where the video comes in. Valhalla Awaits has the goat cam, which I've been watching. I love it, watching the baby goats. I'm thinking I actually have an opportunity to do the same sort of thing, because right outside, my studio, basically on my front porch, there is a dove that's nesting, and they're little baby doves, and they're just so cool. And I'm thinking I need to put a camera up there. So I step out to see how things are going, and let's roll tape.
Are you ready? Are we ready, friends?
So we just came home to see that the bird nest has fallen off the top of our pillars with Christmas lights on. We found it on the ground, and we found the.
Is this going to be a good news story?
Well. It's that snake.
Oh!
And it has a couple sizable.
Oh, it's got some
lumps
wide spots in it. Yeah. Ooh.
It ate the babies.
It looks like it ate our baby birds.
And not
Just now.
Isn't nature beautiful?
I mean, it really is
It's
actually.
so
about
raw
3
and
feet long.
vicious. I love it. He looks happy. He's not going anywhere
Oh
anytime
my
soon.
gosh.
Well, he did. See that little hole in the brick right there next to him?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we can stop the tape. That little hole in the brick. My kids are running up and they're horrified, and they're running up and tell my wife. She's like, kill it, grab the pitchforks. And it went down that hole. So it's now under our house.
I mean, it already did the damage.
Oh my
Well, it's still
gosh.
here is the problem. I think the problem with my house, it was built in 1915, and things on the outside like to come in. And my wife is now house shopping because
That's funny. Speaking of change, we're moving.
so that's where we are now.
Oh
Nice.
wow.
Oh,
All the little lumps. Ugh. Gosh.
I
Oh.
love Mother Nature. Okay, I have a Lego question, people.
what do you
Okay.
got?
Oh,
So, okay, I found there's 4 of these. It says 4,
uh-huh.
and then 2 of these little guys, right?
uh-huh.
But there's only 1 that goes here. It
You see
doesn't
the
tell me.
2X?
So what you're building is step 1 is to put the 2 single tiles, 1x1 tiles on top of each other. And then step 2 is to put the little tooth claw thing on top.
For
and
both.
then for both.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Thanks, Val. Thanks, David.
It was just showing you like
You're
the
welcome.
micro steps in there.
You're welcome.
Teamwork makes the
What
dream
can I
work.
say except you're
So
welcome?
did you ever show your finished Lego build from your first time you were with us, Scott?
I did on my channel. I
Okay.
don't know where the picture went, but I did
I
finish
saw
the
it.
Valhalla Awaits logo.
Yeah, that thing's
Then we
sweet.
Heck yeah.
Took it all the way apart, and my daughter made a picture of her friend's face on it, and that's
Nice.
it's still there. Her friend's
I'm
face.
Mrs.
is
RA. Mrs.
so much
RA is
work.
in chat.
Hey,
Aw.
She heard snakes. She's like, no snakes.
You know what?
by far the best Lego build that's ever been on this show. Just for the record. Just so
Yeah,
we're clear
your
on
logo.
You mean your
that.
logo?
Yep.
It was that was a beautiful surprise. I was really impressed with that.
Do you ever like put them like just put all of them together, like a whole bunch of just random ones, and then that should be a Lego challenge. We should have everybody put, not me, because we know how I am. I'm just going to tell everybody else what to do.
That'll be the
You should
stream
have,
you
like-
come back on, Wendy.
Put
Or, Brandy.
But like get a whole bunch of like pieces together or whatever, and then everybody has to build the same thing, and you can't see what it is until the end, and you just have to use a bunch of like random pieces. How fun would that be? No instructions,
that's
just creativity.
super
And you're
original.
volunteering for building on that,
Right?
I am
Well,
volunteering to be the
so-
MC.
Brandy, they have
I
they
did.
have old school Lego sets where you buy just a random assortment of colors and bricks and things like that. And then we could get like a green board and we could send those boxes, and it's like 500 pieces or something. Send those boxes along with the green plate out to everyone. Oh, did you
I
get
was
it
just
right?
showing what I did.
Oh,
Yeah, I did it.
We could do that. That could be fun.
I think that's great. I love it.
Interesting.
We have had a couple of guests, and David, but he doesn't count. We have had a couple of guest stars do their own builds. Like, like they just have random pieces that they found in their kids' drawers or something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Mac Mira was the first one that did that I remember. And then
Skiff.
Did it. Yeah.
Marissa said it will be a stream of people yelling at each other.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And
Definitely.
with the competition part, even though it's not a competition,
It is.
Oh,
Not
it's
a
always
competition.
It is.
It's always
Brandy's
a
right.
competition.
So, girl,
Always a
they're
competition.
lying.
They're like, it's not a competition, but haha, I beat you. So yeah.
It's only between Valhalla and I. He's my only competitor
It's
ever.
really not just between the two of you.
Joe thought for sure it was a competition. Good logic.
I think that would be so fun to watch. And then like everybody sees theirs at the end. And yeah,
Yeah, like what did everybody build with their 500 identical blocks, right? That could be fun.
that would be so fun.
No, but I think what she's saying is we have
everybody build a car.
right.
Yeah.
Or
Like everybody has to
here's
build
a
like,
picture or something, right? Like you want.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Like everybody has to like do the same thing, but like see how everybody does it differently or whatever. I think that'd be so fun.
That would be fun. That would
But
be
not
fun.
for me. Just
Keep
I like
reiterating.
following directions. Like I'm an owner's manual gal. Like I read the owner's manual for every single thing I get. So I need this.
I had a lot of fun building the courthouse. I went to the Lego store and bought a bunch of pieces and then ordered a bunch more to try to figure out how to build a courthouse. And I built the courthouse. It's got a gallery and a judge's bench. And
It looked
Oh,
really
wow.
good.
yeah, it's pretty good. It's still
Where
just hanging
did you
out. in
find the
shop.
courthouse?
Huh?
Was it a set you said, or
No, he
No, I
free-built
just
it.
bought
Oh.
random pieces and built the set, and I populated it with like random Lego characters. Like there's there's like the pirate and one of the Ninja Turtles and Darth Vader sitting in the audience and things like that.
typical courtroom stuff?
Yeah, all right.
right.
Well, I had an idea of doing stop motion reenactment of the Lizzie Borden murder trial because we have the
Wow.
transcripts of it.
Wow.
And
wow.
so I started doing the stop motion, and it's kind of cool, but it was really tedious and time consuming. And then I kind of forgot about it, and it's been sitting in my wood shop getting covered in sawdust for the last year. But
It actually
it's,
looks really good too. I'll vouch
it
for
does. I should actually put it behind me here because it is a courtroom. It
should.
looks really good.
It is really cool. You should do it.
I bought like different hair and for different little Lego figures, and so like the judge's curly white wig is actually blonde curls, and I just kind of painted it white. Because I couldn't find a curly white wig for a judge. But it's very cool. I like it. I should bring it out and put it on display.
On display.
I think
So
my
I'm
husband
down
likes
for
it.
your idea, Brandy. I'm
I think it
down
sounds
for
so fun. Half-Hour said the audience votes the winner.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
I like that.
Oh,
Are bribes allowed?
my
How do
husband
we
made my
know?
drink for this stream, and I think
Is it
he's trying to
strong?
kill me. It's so
That a boy.
strong.
That a
It's
boy.
so strong.
See, that's when I'm like, oh, I want me one of those, a husband. And I'm like, I want one of those. That'd be cool. Also, like what RA was saying about the car, the tire and all that. Like traditionally, I'm alone when that happens, or alone with kids. So I'm like, I wouldn't mind having a man around for that kind of stuff. That would be nice.
Talk about instructions. I have to admit, my wife read the instructions to me on how to change a car tire, like from the owner's manual.
I love it.
And
No, but
without her, I was like looking on my phone for Uber. Just like, let's just ditch the car. It's not
Okay.
worth saving at this point. Uber home. She's like, actually, this is where the kid is. It's hidden inside the wall underneath the cup holder or something. And that she saved us reading step-by-step instructions. And many times I had to stop and back up and do the step that she
awesome.
told, because I was just going to figure it out. It would end up like this. This is terrible.
my mom's that lady too. She's super like, my dad what did he used to say? She's handy, like a handy, like she's handy. She's good at that kind of stuff.
Handy or handsy? Are you sure you didn't miss it?
She was handsy apparently, but also she was handy.
Both are great qualities. So
Yeah, they didn't like each other very much, but they stayed married a really long time. So they must have, you know what I mean?
Pam Graham says, when are you going to get Ian Runkle on?
We
Good
got to get that
question.
scheduled. It's always been Ian. Ian has like a really complicated schedule. Like he was, I don't even know if he was able to do his recap, from Friday. So whenever we can make schedules work, I haven't reached out to him in a little while. We should probably do that.
Yeah, you guys haven't really, huh? There was a minute where we were like, it was looking like good, and then scheduling things happened, and
Yeah, him and I
Yeah.
were talking about doing another stream that was
Thank you.
going to be based off of
Just to do
U.S. versus Canadian law when you're sailing or going across the border, and we could just never get a time together to get it. So I don't know, but we will we'll reach out to him again, or I will, or
yeah, good
someone
question though. And if you all have anyone else you would like to see that we haven't had yet, we're happy to listen to ideas. We do try to get a variety of people, like the guys do. Not we, the guys do all the work, but like people from different, not just law tubers, but
I blame Wendy for John Yates.
Thank you. Love you.
love you, honey.
He heard me blaming him for the drink, so he brought me some more Sprite because it's Tito's and Sprite. So he heard me blaming him for it, so he brought me some more Sprite
That was
to
very sweet.
make it not choke me.
I thought the John Yates. I thought everyone loved John Yates. Wasn't he? I thought people liked that stream. No, am I wrong? Look at no one's answering me.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, I was muted. Dang it. I love John Yates. John's awesome.
Right? That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think MLS froze.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah,
let
he
me-
never smiles for that long. So yeah, he's right.
I'm going to remove him from the stage so he doesn't get the weird look on his face. He can come back when he's ready. Sir, you can come back when you're ready. Not until you're ready.
Mhm.
Fix your face. Fix
Oh,
your
she
face.
said, R Red said you've been muted all night. I heard
Dang
Val earlier. I don't think so, babe. She might have been joking.
David
Dang
Nelson said Back to the Future courthouse with DeLorean would be fun.
I agree. That would be cool.
They said he lost
They
it.
do have that DeLorean. Is that what it said? Okay.
My son always wanted a DeLorean.
Who doesn't want a DeLorean?
What's
a
amazing
DeLorean?
car.
The car
It's
that
the Back to the Future car.
and those
Oh.
doors open like that.
Doors,
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't turn one down. Oh, you know what I always wanted? I wanted Knight Rider. That's what I wanted. Like, come get
Kit.
Kit. That's
Kit.
that's what I wanted.
I just wanted David Hasselhoff when I was young. It was not in those days.
I could do that, couldn't I? That's better.
Oh, Mrs. Ari said our kid who actually climbed under the car said, "Good job, Mom. You read really well." Oh, that's cute.
That's so sweet. I love that.
How do you get I'm amazed that you didn't know how to change a tire. I'm
a big fan of use it till it needs to be fixed and then buy a new one.
Yeah, he just didn't need to do it before.
And I've just been lucky, I guess. Plus, I work from my office, so I don't ever drive anywhere. So
that's true, I guess. Minimal wear and tear. The last time I got a flat tire, I got one in my Ram. It broke down, and I made it like 12 miles because we were out in the middle of nowhere, right? So I made it like 12 miles to a church parking lot, pulled in there to change the tire, and there's 2 squad cars in there. So they like sat there and watched me talk to me while I changed my tire the whole time. It was like a half-hour process, and these 2 cops are just standing there talking to me. Like, we got openings on the
half
force.
an hour?
Yeah, something like that.
They were trying to recruit you.
I think it was an hour and a half on mine.
Wow. I had to figure out I didn't know where the jack was on my truck.
Oh yeah.
And like the wheel, it sits up under the bed, the spare wheel. So I had to figure out how to get it off. And that took a couple minutes. I could have got it done in like 15, 20, man. 15, 20 max.
So I'm going to ask maybe a dumb question. Well, I don't mind. I don't mind if it's a dumb question. So I hate when people say there's no such thing as a dumb question. There are dumb questions.
There are. Yeah, there are.
Anyway, so I did all this work, right? Like I did all this internal. Hold on, let me bring him back. Here he is. Oh, he can bring himself back.
Hello.
No, you have the same look as when you left. I thought you were.
No, No, my son decided my daughter's having friends over in a bonfire just outside the treehouse here. My son decided to show him his welding skills and plug the welder in where the router is and blew the fuse. And so
Logan.
all the internet went down.
Oh,
Kids.
wow.
But I'm back.
So this is my rant. So you do all this work to build this internal thing, right? See all the inside pieces? There's red on. This is after the look, and then it turns into this. Why do they have inside pieces that are cute and red and looks like it's going to be something? Obviously, it's never going to be seen.
Yeah. That's how that orchid was. The bottom part of it, like where it has like the pot, you know, it's like all these like itty bitty little intricate colored pieces, and then these big ugly gray ones go on top of it. And it's like, why did I go through all that? I could have just duct taped the big ugly gray ones all together on the inside. Nobody ever noticed.
Gorilla glue that be.
So the designers,
and then out of one,
designers
then out of one
have signature colors. And so a lot of Star Wars sets have a little pink brick on the inside. And that's because one designer always puts pink bricks inside. And they do it for like little things like that.
That's cute. But this was redonky. And it was round. Really? Round? There's no reason for that.
Right.
I mean, I'm not a carpenter, but I understand basic physics. And it doesn't seem like that was necessary.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, Scent Bunny.
I know.
Yeah, fun fact, DeLoreans were made around the corner for me. That's really cool.
That is cool. So where were they made? Were they American? I know DeLorean was an American dude. Well, no.
Marissa said, I got a flat during a Halloween photo shoot where I had zombie makeup on. No one was helping me.
Oh my God. I have a similar Halloween story. So I had a fiance at the time, and then a girl, and I have a friend, a woman friend. So her husband and her and my fiance and I went to San Francisco to a New Year's Eve party. Not Halloween. I mean, not New Year's Eve, Halloween party. We were dressed up for a play that we had seen that day. So we were dressed like beautifully, like in, tights and fancy dresses and pantyhose back then, and heels. And I had it was a leopard thing. It was like in style at the time. So we're trying to, it was cute. We're trying to hail a cab. So I'm like, no, the guys can't do it. The girls have to do it because they're not going to pull over for some dudes on the street. So I tell my girlfriend, who was 6 feet tall, blonde hair, blue-eyed, hot AF. I'm like, girl, let's go up there and start hailing cabs. Finally, a normal San Francisco person, like a person that lived there, a local, said to my girlfriend and I, ladies, do you know why you're not getting a ride? And I'm like, no, why? She goes, you look like hookers. Yeah. I wanted to die. I'm like, I'm a mom. She's like, just saying, trying to help you out, girls. You need to put the boys back out on the street. I'm like, okay.
I'd be like, thank you, but also I'm offended. So,
oh, and my girlfriend's boobs were like, boom. Yeah.
Well, I told y'all about my hooker story, right?
No.
Oh my God.
Well, I don't remember. Tell us again.
I don't have one of these. I can't chime in. Sorry.
It's not.
When I was young, I loved the movie Pretty Woman. I didn't really understand what it was. So me and my younger cousin were like, we used to play dress up and stuff when we were little at my nanny's house. She had like a whole room in her house. Like she would just buy a bunch of stuff from like yard sales and, whatever. So, one of the things she had was like these that she bought at a yard sale for us to play dress up in were like these tall black boots. So on me, they were like the thigh highs, and so we got dressed up and I was like, let's they're on the street. Let's go down to, so we get dressed up in our Pretty Woman clothes and we go down. Now, mind you, we're out in the
How old
country.
are you?
So I was maybe, I don't know. What year did that come out?
Like,
I don't know.
90s.
It was
like 89 or something.
No, it's not that old, is it?
Let's see.
We're going to find out. I'm looking
I'm
it up.
looking it up.
4 people start typing.
1990.
Trending on Google.
Oh,
Really?
so it
Okay.
was really close.
I was close.
You sure
89,
were.
90.
My bad.
So I was,
Not really wrong.
so maybe, 9 to, I don't know. But I mean, because it was after it had, because I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it after it came out on the.
Oh, yeah.
the
And in those days,
VHS.
it took a while to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and my cousin was a few years younger than me. So we got dressed up and we went down to the street. Now, keep in mind, it's a haul to get down there to the street at Nanny's house because this isn't like a normal street. Like we live out in the country. So, and the only house that you can actually see from where we are is the horse farm next door. And they're driving by and they call my nanny like, hey, you have 2 young girls on the street. My nanny's she's like, she was so mad. We had no idea why she was mad. We were like, we play dress up all the time. Like,
you were innocent. Aww.
Yeah, we had no idea that we were out there whoring ourselves out to the horse farm next door at 9 years old.
That's funny.
But I've turned my life around since then, so we're fine.
You're like, now I know what it means, and I still dress like that, and it's none of y'all's business.
Yeah, nobody can yell at me now,
right?
You know what's weird? Okay, so this is the Imperial Star Destroyer. There's a surgical or like a needle. What do they call it? Like where the doctors give you a shot.
Syringe.
A syringe. Thank you.
Oh,
syringe.
okay.
There's a syringe in this. Why is there a syringe in this? So weird. But okay.
It's probably one of the. Don't they have like antennas and stuff sticking out of it?
No, it's hanging on the wall. Look. It just hangs on the wall. It's a little blue syringe.
All right.
Huh.
It's weird.
Interesting.
It's got Ozempic in it.
That's what it is.
Actually, it's not a syringe. It's like a self-contained. But yeah.
Wendy knows.
I do know.
Riding horses. Crazy Cat Queen sent a super chat. I lived in Japan in my early 30s with a Japanese boyfriend that was older. Once my boyfriend went to grab us drinks and had a man ask me how much I charged.
Oh, yikes.
That boyfriend has a make or break answer right there.
Yeah.
Got to get right.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
I mean,
Wendy, you ever done role playing with one of your guy friends?
Guy friends?
I don't
yeah,
I like where this is going.
of course. Yeah.
No, what I was thinking is I always think of like Phil Dunphy from Modern Family and him and his wife, and they'll do role playing where she'll
Oh,
dress
yeah.
up like a hooker.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And that's what just
Yeah.
made me think of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to ask Brandy or Scott or
Yeah,
Valhalla
David
that
can ask
question.
me. He knows. Yeah. And by the way, I'm and I don't know why, Brandy, but ever since I'm a little kid, I've been obsessed with hookers. Like when I was a little, so I live in a super small country, sweet little town, right? But I live close to Sacramento. So Sacramento in the olden days, they had real streetwalkers on the street that you like downtown, right? Like you would see them. And whenever we went to like an event, like my dad was a boxer, so we'd go to boxing matches at like the big the big event.
Well,
places
I'll
there.
let her finish first.
And I would tell my dad, can we drive by and see the hookers? I always obsessed with the hookers. And I always wondered if that got out, now that a man was driving his kids down the hooker lane for his 8-year-old kid to see the hookers. There would be a problem. But I've always been, so I actually don't hate hookers. I'm like super obsessed with them.
Wendy,
The
there's
streetwalker
a whole YouTube channel and TikTok channel dedicated to just filming the hookers walking around like LA and stuff. They just drive down the street and film them, and they're like, "Yep, here's the corner of whatever streets."
I'm
Yeah.
watching that.
She's going to watch it. And then before you know it, it's 5 a.m.
5 a.m. I almost don't make my Lego
I'm
screen.
quiet.
So RA, did you finish that story about, so is that why you almost didn't make it, was because of the broken
Yeah.
tire? Oh, okay.
The tire, this was not a flat tire. It was like shredded, just like ripped out.
Yeah, I
the
said
side.
broken tire. Yeah.
It
No, it was
was,
broken.
and it's a miracle we didn't flip.
So by the way, just so you know, next time that thump, thump, thump is not usually the road.
I know that.
Now you know.
I've never had that happen. I've never had a tire be that bad. I've had one be
Oh.
low. It's like, oh, it's pulling a little funny, but that was a first.
I drove
Wow.
in the country a lot as a teenager, so that was not abnormal for that to happen.
The hooker
I drove a
bid
lot in
was-
Iraq.
Oh,
It was really common in Iraq.
Really?
Was that due
Yeah.
to the IEDs?
Yeah, they'll
IUDs?
do not IUDs, IEDs. They'll do a number on a tire.
I imagine.
Yeah, IUD is a totally different thing.
Totally different.
I get
Totally
them confused. I don't see the difference.
That's because you only have 2 kids, so you didn't see it.
So Scott, what have you been up to on your channel? I've been popping in a little bit, but other folks that haven't been.
We're following Karen Reed round 2.
Yeah.
Seems like we're all doing that. So that's
Did you watch
right.
round 1, by the way?
Late. We watched
Yeah.
late. We didn't watch live, but so yes, I did watch it, and it's incredible. I mean, watching the second time around, I guess knowing what we know, and the hard part is trying to watch it like you're a juror who's never heard of this, right?
Mm.
Try to see, where, how are they receiving this, because some of the stuff that Mr. Alan Jackson says, he's like, did somebody tell you to, Jen McCabe, did somebody tell you to be nicer and say sorry and smile and everything? And the jury doesn't know that we saw a different Jen McCabe last time.
Yeah.
So that part doesn't land with the jury, but we all know what it means.
Yeah.
And I'm loving this trial. It's
been amazing, hasn't it?
I watched the first one all the way through. And it's not just because I'm streaming a different trial currently, but I haven't really been watching this one because I feel like I've already seen it, and it's like I don't want to be disappointed. I don't want to watch this one knowing what came out on the last one, knowing what the result should have been, not a hung jury, but an acquittal, and for her to get convicted. I just kind of want to shut my eyes to it.
Guys,
all.
what's going to happen if she gets convicted? Do you think the whole world is going to go in an uproar?
Yes.
I hope
I
so.
think so. I think so.
Yeah.
It'll be a crazy shit.
No, I think there will be riots. I'm not saying that to exaggerate.
Yeah. I think so too.
What do you think?
Here's the thing. I don't think it's as big in the nation
world.
as it is on
Heather
certain YouTube
McDonald is
circles.
covering it now. Other
But
famous
here's the thing.
people are covering it.
Yeah, but everyone that I know in real life knows about the Diddy deal, right?
Yeah.
Nobody, but maybe one person is like, "Oh yeah, I heard about that Karen Reed thing. What's going on with
Okay.
that?"
True.
You know,
I get
so
that.
that's why I'm kind of basing it off of. So I don't think there'll be this big uproar. Now, mind you, it's an important case that needs to be decided needs to be dealt with for the Commonwealth and particularly Canton, Massachusetts. But I don't think it has the big national pull like it maybe should, given the context of it all.
Okay.
But I just don't want to be. I don't want to be upset. I want to kind of look at it from a distance and be like, just kind of wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I'm a little nervous for this one, and I'm kind of staying away from it because of that.
Okay. I hear you.
I mean,
ahead,
but
sorry.
okay. So here's the other thing, though. Like everybody is covering it. Like everyone I know, Ricada even is back covering it, right? And so it's funny when I usually go on to my YouTube homepage, I see like maybe half a dozen of my people I subscribe to streaming, and now I see like 50 of them streaming live, and it's all Karen Reed.
Oh, it is.
So have you guys seen any sort of impact with your audience about this, or is it pretty much the same audience, or are they jumping around? That's my question.
There's a lot of people to watch this time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different views. I mean, the big ones would be obviously Long Crime Court TV, Emily D. Baker, but there's, I mean,
and Recovery Addict and Brandy. And
there's somewhere you can watch it no matter where you're at, where you're coming at this case. No matter what your viewpoint is, there's somewhere you can watch it and see somebody and watch it with somebody who sort of shares your viewpoint a little bit or matches. So I think people are just gravitating to where it matches closest to how they feel about the case.
Mhm.
And so it's different. I mean, the numbers are different than they are in other cases where we've had much higher numbers or something like that. But I think it's good. I like it. I like how everyone's doing it.
Have you been getting any backlash on Twitter about it? Your coverage?
I read Twitter and emails annually, whether I get any new ones or not.
Well, it was funny. I was talking to somebody who was I talking to yesterday who's streaming it, and said what's interesting is that we're getting like people that are on Karen Reed's side are still bashing, LawTube for the LawTube community for like commentary, too much commentary and stuff like that. And there was
you
this
guys
one.
are new here.
This was this one Twitter thing stream that I even got pulled into somehow. I commented. I said, well, if you don't like the commentary, or she was like, she wanted really specific commentary. She's like, I like the commentary, but not this kind of commentary, but I would like more commentary. And I was like, just watch it and talk to yourself in front of a mirror. She didn't like the response.
David.
But I just, it's weird. There's a weird dynamic out there in the Twitter sphere surrounding this case. So I was just wondering if you guys were getting any backlash from it.
Yeah, I mean, I started covering this one so long ago, like that it's kind of like, I can't, and especially because of the podcast, like it's not like I can do anything else until this one's wrapped up. Like I'm 50 episodes deep in the podcast and, almost 2 years in my coverage. And so it's like, I can't, like I know, like a lot of people are covering it now, which is crazy because when I first started, like there really weren't a whole lot of people covering it. And
the only ones I knew were Turtle Boy, and I was covering Turtle Boy's case, and then the Broken Baker got interested in it because like he decided he was going to cover Karen Reed. I was like, I'm going to cover Turtle Boy, and that was it. It was like a handful of people, you and like a couple other people that I knew that were really covering it, and now everybody's streaming it.
Yeah. Which is great because like I think it's great to have different opinions and different perspectives and stuff like that. And like I'm all for the more the merrier. And a lot of people jump around. I jump around too. Like obviously I'm streaming it all day, but there are certain things when it happens in court afterwards. I'm like, oh, I want to see what this person says about that, and like I'll find that and see their reaction. So I'm all for the more the merrier. It's been different this time around because now I'm streaming it with Crime Junkie instead of on my own.
Is that why I haven't? Because I didn't even know you were covering it live. Because I'm not. I don't think I'm. Can we get Crime Junkie's link in the chat or something? So
yeah, we've got a bunch of mods. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Jung. Love y'all.
Yeah, it's Crime Junkie Jury is the new channel that I'm doing with Crime Junkie, like for trials and stuff. So.
And this is the Crime Junkie, right?
Because I remember when you made the announcement, and I feel like I subscribed then, but I
thought you did too, David.
I did. Thought I did.
You did not, Val?
I did.
Oh, good. So you're catching it then.
I'm also covering it.
Right, but I mean, you've seen Brandy's.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called? Crime Junkie what?
Crime Junkie Jury.
Jury.
So is this the same Crime Junkie like the podcast Crime Junkie?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I never subscribed. I don't know why. I thought I remember your announcement.
I ever heard of Crime Junkie from actual like real podcasts, like on my
because they don't do a lot of YouTube. So like so they signed me to kind of come on and so we're to kind of venture into the more of the YouTube and trial stuff or whatever. So but also my podcast 13th Juror podcast is going to I'm joining Audio Chuck, which will be great because it will give me time. I'll have like a team to do a lot of the things that because I've been a one-man show and there's no life involved in a one-man show. Crazy Cat Queen sent a super chat, blowout in West Texas sandstorm going 80 passing a semi. Oh I'm changing the tire. Guy stops to help, quote unquote help. I didn't need any. And he leans on my vehicle, toppling my CRV off the jack, breaking said jack. I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad.
By the way, I was clapping for the super chat, not for what happened.
Yay, you broke your jack. Yay.
I know. I'm like, yay, everyone needs a broken jack.
I'm on bag number 2. Well, it's number 5, but
that's great. Nice. Good job.
All fixed, really half Irish, by the way. All fixed, half Irish. You got your wrench over on Lego Law, Life, and Libations.
Half Irish isn't a mod on Valhalla or? Yeah, she's a mod.
She's a mod on MLS, but she wasn't a mod on.
Got it.
On Lego Law, Life, and Libations. I fixed that.
Marissa says the trolls are less this time. I just block them all. Who has time for that?
Not you.
Not me.
Hey, Torrin's in the chat.
Hi,
How are
Torin.
you doing, Torin?
Torin, how are you doing? Shelly.
I always, he's got a messy shop stream, Torin does. And every time I turn it on, I look in there, I'm like, I need to clean up my shop. That's all I think is, again, this just looks like my shop.
Sometimes
get
your
in and
shop
clean it.
stresses me out when I'm watching your boat streams. I'm like, can I please go over there and organize it?
I know. I need to like just one of those deep cleans where you literally take everything out and then you
Yeah.
only bring back the things
Yep.
that you need. You know, that sort of clean.
I'm down with that. I'm pretty good at that kind of stuff. I like doing that. It's very therapeutic. I really
I'm
love
gonna
it.
go head in there in a minute and go get my Lego bin because I'm missing a Technic piece and
Oh,
I need
no.
to go.
Not the
pick one up.
Technic piece.
I know they're a pain because I don't have a lot of them. I'll be right back.
All right. Don't stay gone too long now.
Crazy Cat Queen said, "What is RA building?" RA, what was yours?
Mine is the police off-road chase.
That's right.
Which might just be one vehicle, depending on how things go tonight.
I think you're doing great if you're already done with one bag.
I had to tear the whole thing apart and redo it because
Oh,
I put the cockpit in backwards, like the.
I
the steering
hate when I
thing.
do that. Oh, I
The
get
motor
so
control was
mad.
way too late.
By the way, somebody in chat, I'm not watching chat like I normally do because Brandy's doing my job tonight. So somebody asked, we have a lot of people in this particular stream that don't know who I am, and I appreciate you asking. My name is Wendy Age, and I'm a super fan and a mod of Valhalla and David for MLS. And we met a few years ago, and we really just clicked. And they asked me, they started doing their Lego stream on their own, just with special guests, and it was difficult. And Brandy and RA can probably attest to this now. It's really difficult to build and talk and interact with chat and pull up the chats. And of course, we really want to read all the super chats and we want to read everyone's chats and interact with y'all. So they just asked me like, hey, do you want to come on next, I don't know, in a month or something to help us out? And I go, yeah, I'll help you out. And that was a year and some months ago and been doing it ever since. So, and I don't have my own channel. I don't have my own channel. It's not something that interests me because I get to work around all these beautiful people who have all their own channels, and I'm just here as a support. So that's so hi, and it's nice to meet everyone that I haven't met yet. And that's it.
We love Wendy.
Aww.
We do love Wendy.
I love being here, and I love you guys. So Valhalla and we haven't spoken like privately in a long time, and so we both logged in around early to get set up, and I was like, I really miss you. Like it's genuine. Like I think and also for those of you who don't know about Dollywood and that whole thing, we met in person a year ago. So even our in-person chemistry, in my opinion, was just as amazing as it was off, on YouTube. And so it's real, it's genuine. And I deeply care about these men, and I really love our guests, and I love when people come on and we get to chat. And so I have a really good time. And so I'm just happy to be here.
And Wendy, you do a great job at what you do.
She does. She
Oh my God,
as a guest walking
you.
in and just you take care of everything that I would normally worry about during the show, and it's like I can
Thanks,
focus on
Scott.
not
That's
completing
really
my
sweet.
Legos now.
Well, you've been a very gracious guest, and I've really been enjoying. I hope there's a part 3.
Sim Bunny
Look forward
says
to this
that RA,
meeting.
you can tell RA is competitive. He's unusually quiet this evening, concentrating.
I'm losing.
He really gets into it. It's awesome. You
All right,
can't
so-
help it. Lego makes you happy. It's just, and you get into it, and it's meditative. It's all the great things.
My son wanted me to show you the welding that he was doing that shut down my internet.
Well, let's see.
Oh, nice.
But he was doing some
Wait.
practice welding.
Hold on. Oh, what's he
So-
doing?
Okay.
He was just practicing. He was just welding.
Are those
some
his
angles together.
beads?
Those are his beads. Yeah.
Good job. Good, Logan. Good job.
He's all proud of it. So you shut down the
He should
internet. He
be.
said, do they know?
Is he using rod? Is that a MIG?
You'd have to ask him.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. So there's MIG and TIG and ARC, right? Or
Yep.
Or
There's
stick
also
weld.
plasma if you get
Yep.
really.
There's a metal inert gas.
We're not playing with plasma right now.
Okay. Yeah, please don't.
I can't remember. I know he had one welder that was actually my dad's, and then he's using it, and then I bought him the other kind for Christmas, and that's the one he shut the internet down with.
Nice.
All right, you got a new car fund and moving fund from Mod.
This is from Josh. He just got back from Italy this week, and
Oh,
while he
wow.
was in Italy, he was modding for us. I guess he was going back and forth during the day, then at night because the hours are backwards. He was in chat, banning people like he warned it. It was great.
That is really now
amazing.
that's a super mod right there.
He was really good.
I'm a
Brandy,
pretty good mod, but that's amazing.
Brandy, if you see Lagoon in the chat, that's my son.
Hi, Lagoon.
Good job, Logan. Proud of you. By the way, Logan, you need to come to California for a few months for your summer, and we're gonna do some training. I'm a mom, so I have some things for Logan.
I'm a mom.
Nice.
I'm just a simple small town mom. I'm a normal mom.
My poor kids are like, why do you even say that? Why do you act like you're like just a mom? I'm like, I am a mom. They're like, you're not just a mom. I'm like, nobody's just a mom.
Nobody's just
No
a
one's
mom.
just a dad. We're all human beings and we have these beautiful lives before you came. And after you move out, we're going to continue to have these beautiful lives. And we just let you live with us for 18 years.
Right?
Yeah.
That was when Jen McCabe started her whole I'm just a simple small town mom, and then she's like, I'm just a normal mom, I'm not used to all this. I was like, it popped in my head, the from Mean Girls where she's like, I'm a cool mom. Like that's what it reminded me.
By the way, if you have to call yourself a cool mom, you're not the cool mom. That's
Right.
the title someone else gives you. You don't give that to yourself.
And also, if you have to tell people you're just a normal small town mom, you're not a fucking normal small town mom.
Right? Like the lady, the mom of the cheerleader who like tried to unalive the other cheerleaders.
Yes.
Small town mom.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a certain witness on a stand last week.
Oh no, I didn't start watching Karen Reed the last time, and I forgot why. But I wish I would have started watching it this time because I didn't realize. I wish I would have started watching it again, but now I can't because I'm not in it. I need to start over when it's over. Like I need to watch it. Yeah, I need to replay.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like I was working. So I did my podcast episodes. I had to do 2 episodes this week. So I'm like I'm streaming all day and then putting out 2 podcast episodes this week. So I finished, I did part 1 of week 2 and I released it this afternoon and I'm working on part 2. So I had to stop so I could do this, but so I'll finish the rest of it tomorrow morning and release it tomorrow. But it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's so much work. There's so much work.
You're so awesome.
So how long is this trial supposed to go?
2
Forever.
months. Yeah, forever.
It's never stop ever. It's going to be a part of our lives.
Was it snowing coming up, right?
Yeah.
Scott, are you going to stream the whole thing then, Scott?
Yeah.
No breaks for you.
He started. He's got to finish now.
That's the thing. It's once you start, you can't stop. It's like the Lay's potato chips. You can't just eat one. It's like
exactly.
I love potato chips.
I've stopped a trial once. Like I was like, nah, I'm not feeling this. I'm moving on.
Which one?
It was the Ronald murder trial, Border Patrol murder trial. I didn't want to do the penalty phase.
I was like, I thought we watched the whole trial.
Well, we watched the trial, but then they immediately went into the penalty phase, and they were doing all kinds of other stuff. And there was some good stuff. Baker took it over and just ran with it.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, nah, I'm kind of done with this one.
I had to put some. Everybody's calling me out. I dropped the F-bomb and didn't realize it. So I'm sorry. I will put money in the swear jar.
Oh, are you trying to quit swearing?
No. No, but everybody's shaming me in chat right now for dropping an F-bomb.
We don't do that here, people. We don't do that. And also, don't scare our special guests away.
It's a family show, folks.
It's a family. It is past 10 p.m., sir. There is no longer family anything. Like, no, we are not.
You mean the libations portion is for children?
Yes,
no,
kids. We have your daily dose of beer.
The life part ended at 9. We put the kids to bed, and now it's the libations and law and lawlessness and whatever else is it.
I like the lawlessness. Yeah.
Speaking of breaking the law, tonight I've got a call from a buddy down the road a couple miles, and he said, "I hear you do lock picking." And I used to, I tried to start a business actually, being selling lock picks, and I imported a ton of them. Got a lot of test ones and found the ones I wanted. Imported a ton of them. After I imported them, I found out they're against the law to mail. You can't UPS them. You can't
Really?
they're considered unmailable unless you are the person you're sending it to is a licensed locksmith.
Oh,
So I ended up having to sell them all in person. But I had a set, and he's like, "Look,
Someone needs to tell Amazon that.
Yeah, because they sell them all the time. I got banned on Amazon. I was a seller, and I got dinged for that, and big trouble. So
because of the lock picks,
because
Amazon's
I was
weird.
not selling lock picks. I was selling a roll up cloth tool bag for lock picks, like an everyday carry for that.
You selling the M word kits.
It was just a roll up Velcro little bag that you can put in your pocket with all your favorite picks. And
Like
because
Dexter.
my picture showed lock picks in it, they said it was criminal tools or something, and they banned me for that. It's like you can buy the lock picks on your channel, but you can't sell the bag to carry them. Anyway,
That's where they draw the line.
Right.
And picked his lock for him. He had a little shed that he couldn't get out of, and or couldn't get into, and
calling from inside the shed.
Different kind of shed.
The fun thing is, in North Carolina, it's legal to own lock picks. It's legal to pick locks for people, but if they give you money, you have to be licensed. And so I have to pick for free, or else it becomes a felony.
Oh wow,
that's awesome. You know
That's
what?
ridiculous.
You know what? Okay, so here's the thing. I always had this thing about prostitution. I said, name.
Here we go again.
We're going back to the hookers. Let's go. Come on.
Name
Take a drink.
one
Please
other
bring it back to the
activity
hookers.
that you can do for free and it's fine, but as soon as you charge for it, it's criminal. And Scott just gave me another one.
I was going to say apparently picking locks.
Apparently picking locks, because that was the thing I was always recommending. It's free, or I mean, if it's free, it's completely legal. But if you pay for it, it's a crime, and that and picking locks. So
there's a fine line between fun and felony. So
Right.
But if you film it, it's.
I was
legal
about
again.
to say, all you got to do is film it, right?
All you gotta do is film it, and it's legal again
Wait, why?
Producing
because it's First Amendment.
prawn, Wendy, prawn.
Prawn.
They
is
pay
that
the
prawn?
actors.
It
Prawn,
means
where they
switch
pay
the O and the
actors-
R.
Thanks, Brandy.
Welcome.
I'm like, what?
Hey, Nick said you think 8 weeks is a long trial. Amateur numbers. Nick did like the trial that never stops trialing. Like, what was that one? Like 7 or 8
The
years
Rico
long.
case. What's it called?
18 months. 18 months.
YSL?
It was
YSL.
YSL. Yeah,
YSL?
18 months. Nick covered that
Poor
trial.
Nick.
I think I owe somebody $10 because I bet that would never get to a verdict.
Did
Did it? I actually don't know he
It
was
did.
not guilty.
Everyone either pled out, acquitted, or was acquitted. I
Okay, good.
don't think anyone was convicted in that. I might be mistaken. After 18 months, they basically got like
Poor
a
Nick.
couple of minor little charges.
I think that's money well spent. I mean,
Yeah.
That was federal money, mind you. That was federal money.
And for someone who pays a lot of IRS taxes, I'm not happy about that.
Right?
Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about? It wasn't a federal case.
No.
Rico
The
cases
county
federal?
got federal funds to prosecute that case. Yeah. They put in for a grant and got federal funds to prosecute that case.
Wow.
Jerks.
Hookers part D.
Wow.
Part
Um,
two. Heck yeah.
Yeah, there's another one coming up. Nick's
Oh,
covering
David,
that
when
too.
you asked me earlier about role playing, one of my girlfriends is watching the stream and she said, ask him if he meant role playing like Dungeons and Dragons.
Not that kind of role playing. No.
It could be that.
I'm interested in
I
D&D.
mean, I guess.
It could be that kind of role playing.
It could.
I'm
be.
very
It could.
interested in learning how to play D&D, but no one will teach me how to play it. They're all like, it's not the game. I'm like, where's the rules?
Speaking
I don't
of,
know.
I found a couple of old D&D books from the 90s. Does anybody want them, Valhalla?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll send
he
them to you.
does.
I might already have them though.
some of those are worth a ton of money too. I wouldn't throw those out.
Well, I'm not
Susie,
going to throw
remember
it
for
out, but
14
I'm not going to
months.
sell it.
Happy 14 months, Susie. Love it. A
Aw,
fun adult
that's
Saturday
cute.
night at home with great friends.
I
Woohoo!
love that.
See
Thank
that?
you.
Glad you're here
Adult.
with us.
It's
Thank
adult.
you.
It's
You
not
see how she
family.
wrote adult with a capital A?
With
Hello.
a capital A. to go with
Oh,
my
the
capital F.
sass. The sass.
Thank you, girl.
I'm sassy on the weekends, especially. I mean, I'm sassy all the time, let's be honest, but I'm especially sassy on the weekends. So,
Scott, what are you drinking tonight?
Beverage of choice is Mountain Dew.
Love it.
It's-
That's what you had
oh,
last
it
time.
matches the stream background. Hold it up.
O-line,
Yeah, see,
it
look at there.
chews out if you do it right. So it just disappears.
perfect. O-line Red says not a single conviction on the top charges in YSL. Yeah, that's what I thought. They pled to some petty stuff. Like 2 of the guys pled to some petty stuff, and none of them got acquitted.
Has anyone done the FOIA request to find out exactly what that trial cost?
Oh, I'm sure it's asked.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nick, get
yeah.
on that.
Nick, do it.
It's not done yet. 3 defendants remain. YSL.
Hey.
YSL trial part 2 starts in June.
Oh my.
Yep. Starts in
Merry
June. Nick's going to cover
Christmas.
that. Fox, welcome to the Paralegal Club. Thank you for becoming a member. You get happy emojis, and then soon there'll be like some more stuff. But I'm just getting it up and running again.
When is Melly going on again? Melly was rough. Oh, good. And there's so much crap going on in that one now.
Hey, if you are not watching the Michigan v. Christopher Scher trial, which you should be on my channel, and if you're tired of Karen Reed, Good Logic. Well, actually, you can do all of it, because Good Logic in the evenings is going to be streaming about the Diddy trial. He's going to be in the courtroom, I guess, and then he'll be covering. He's going to go in the courtroom, and I'm excited for that.
For your
Have to
trial?
find some creative words.
No, for
describe
Diddy.
What happened? in
Oh,
court.
okay.
Right?
What's that?
He's gonna have to find some creative words to describe what happened in court.
Yeah.
I know. He's
Code
He's
words.
gonna get his YouTube channel yeeted.
Yeah. He's gonna. Yeah. So first you put the hot dog in the bun. He's gonna have to get really creative.
And then you drink a lot of non-alcoholic beverages that are also in the baby oil.
Yeah, you drink orange juice. We call it orange juice.
Oh, okay. Orange juice.
Melly starts September 10th. Oh,
Yikes.
September 10th.
Poor Nick.
that one exhausted me the first time. The trolls on that one were bad. But I say that one prepared me for Karen Reed, because when I did Melly the first time, the trolls were like it would be people that didn't watch the case. They would just come in trying to start mess, and like it was wild. And I was like, oh man, the trolls in Melly are the worst I've seen. And then it was like the Karen Reed trolls were like, hold my beer. Then I got involved with Karen Reed, like, because I've always said this, like the Melly trolls wanted to ruin your day. The Karen Reed trolls want to ruin your life. And like
real.
the
Jeez.
levels that they have gone to try to take me down are wild.
They shared a bunch of them shared Turtle Boy's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Shared her social security number. Spread it all over the internet.
Oh man.
What?
Yeah. They're like out to get you.
Yeah.
These trolls.
They
People
called my
aren't-
brother, and like they found my brother's phone number. My brother's first initial starts with a B, so they found B Churchwell and thought that they had found me. Vulgar things said. They have posted where I live. They've posted where my kid went to school. They
Not the kids. Stop.
they have contacted they've doxed my family and friends. Yeah, it's been crazy. They they posted a whole bunch of stuff about my past online, which is like, I mean, congratulations. I've already told everybody. Like, that's not something that we keep a secret. Like, this is something that I've, talked about very openly. When I signed with Crime Junkie, they contacted Crime Junkie trying to be like, you should know who you're, and I was like, and they sent me the stuff or whatever. And I was like, they already know. They're proud of me for having 19 years clean. Like,
right.
Get off my job, so it's crazy. But yeah, the things that they have gone through to try to take me down, but I ain't going down. I'm still here. So
The thing is that I don't understand. I've gotten some prank phone calls too, and some other things, and people like going to my work profile. Somebody said, wrote an email to my website has like an email, like if you want to contact us, talking to my boss about me. It's my firm.
They did their research.
Yeah, exactly. But this is my thought is how much time do you have on your hands, and how
Too much.
sad and lonely is your own life that you're going to get wrapped up in this? Like, it doesn't affect you personally. Go. You really need to go find something else to do.
People are wild.
Yeah.
People are
I
insane.
just don't understand wanting to destroy somebody who's never in their entire lives, first of all, don't even know your name, don't know who you are in real life, and who have never done anything to you. Like,
Yeah.
I get road rage, you know, like someone cuts me off and I've got the babies in the car. I'm going to get rage. I'm not saying I'm going to act on it, but I feel a certain way, right?
Oh, I'll holler. Right.
Right.
They won't hear me, but I think they can.
Right? My dad always goes, sweetheart, they can't hear you. And I'm like, oh, they can hear me. And I get like hating your ex if they did you dirty. There's a lot of things I get, but I don't get, right? I agree, Delina. I don't get weird random hate for people that literally they don't pay your bills. They don't have anything to do with your life. Why? I just don't. So honest to God, and I'm not saying this to be like just an apologist or a sympathizer or whatever, but I just don't understand. I just don't.
Yeah. Well, you know, when people don't have when they're not confident in their own argument, and when their own argument can't stand on its own, they try to destroy the person who's making the other one. It's like if they can try to destroy my credibility, then it will make their argument better. But the thing is, you can't destroy my credibility by like trolling on Twitter. You know, like
Right.
I have put.
Well, then how do I do it?
Into my, I'll send you an email with directions. That's not something we talk about publicly, but I'll send you an email with directions. I've put so many hours into this podcast, and like, I am very, very proud of what I've created and what I've accomplished.
As
and
you should be.
I'm not going to apologize for that anymore. I had somebody tell me when I was interviewing with Crime Junkie to join Audio Chuck and stuff, and like they were wanting to sign me with them. I had somebody tell me you can stop apologizing for being successful, because I was like, it's almost like I was like trying to apologize for not being where they're at, and they're like, we want you because you've done well. And that moment hit me so bad, because I was like, I think that when people attack you for so long, you almost start to believe that you don't deserve it.
Yep.
And so having that moment where they're like, you can stop apologizing for being like successful. Like we like what you've done. And that moment hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Like I'm allowed to be proud of myself. And that was like a big moment for me.
And
so everything after that is just like, this is a sad life for you, and I'm sorry for you, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's wild, the way you describe that, right? It's almost like a battered spouse syndrome. You know what I mean? Like it's so much mental attacking from online trolls that I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is like the emotional. Yeah, like I'll give RA and his wife credit. Like it got so bad for me for a while. Like it put me in a very dark place, like, because it became very overwhelming, because it's like I'm putting my heart and soul into this to like try to shine light on something that I think needs to have light, and like try to show something that I think needs to be seen. And okay, yes, now there are a ton of people covering it, but when I started there weren't, and I felt very passionate about it, and I still feel very passionate about it. So I'm not just going to abandon it because now like there are more people covering it. I think it's great there are more people, but that doesn't make me less passionate about it. And I became like such a target, and it became very overwhelming. And RA and Mrs. RA like reached out to me, and and he can tell you, like, I sat there and cried on the phone while he and his wife were talking to me or whatever. Like it was a really tough time. It became like, you really don't realize how terrible these people online can be until, they all like get together to specifically target you. Like, let's see what we can do to just take her down. It becomes a lot.
I feel I was targeted in your chat once.
In my chat?
You mean like 5 years ago when you got blocked?
I was banned.
Oh yeah, I found out about that.
Brandy, by the way, he probably deserved that.
Probably.
I think he probably did. Yeah, but he asked if he was blocked on my channel. I was like, no, what are you talking about? And then come to find out, like a year later, I was like, oh my God, you are on the block list. What'd you do?
You probably deserved it, right?
He absolutely did.
He
Whatever
probably
he
made
did,
him
No,
look
no.
nice
All
what he
I was
did.
saying is that if you wanted better Jody Arias coverage, you should come over to MLS.
Still shameless.
That's what he did at Long Crime too, and then he got banned there too. And the producer of Long Crime is someone that I know, and so when I asked her about it, she goes, "Oh, I had to ban all y'all, everyone."
Yeah, but you know what? You got a lot of flack for Zachariah Anderson, and yet you still agreed to come on with us.
Because she's a classy
A
lady.
year and a half ago or whatever.
Mhm.
You know, you did good. You faced that, and now you're the better for it.
Yeah.
You've
Right.
made
I
new
mean,
friends.
that's my thing. Is like I can have a different opinion with somebody and still be like, I love this person. They're amazing.
Right.
That's why there's 12 jurors and not, one. Like people can look at the same stuff and see something different. And
Right.
and also like, I know that with my deep dives, I do put a lot more into it. That was not one of my deep dives. That was one I watched as a juror. So I came to the same stuff with the other jurors, but I feel like there are some that I have some people that I agree with them on some trials, disagree with them on some trials. Then sometimes I have those people that like we all seem to be aligned on all the same ones. But I love that it's always different because I love hearing different perspectives on things because my mind is always open.
That's this case that Nick and I are covering right now. Like Nick and I both started off with like, this guy is guilty. We've seen the videos. This is the ex Grand Rapids cop that shot and killed the suspect. And we both saw the videos and we're like, this guy is guilty. I don't see a way out of this. And then we brought Andrew Branca on, Law of Self-Defense, and he was talking about how technically this is self-defense. And I'm like, okay, I can see it, but the optics look bad. Now, during the course of the trial, I've gone from this guy's guilty to I think he's innocent. Or at least I'm not sure, not enough to convict. But our chat is split. Like his chat is more towards not guilty and mine's towards guilty or vice versa. I don't know. But but that's where I like to be. I like to have different ideas and people can change their minds about things as the case progresses.
Yeah. I love like one of my favorite people to talk to. He and I disagree on just about every single case. There's only been 2 that we agree on. And who are you growling at? Nobody's scared of you with a ponytail. But there's only been 2 we actually agree about, but he's one of my favorite people to talk to because we disagree on so many things and we both are like, okay, tell me why. Like, I want to know why. Why do you think this? Why are you so passionate about this? Like, why do you think? And so, but we're so curious to hear each other's perspectives. And I love that because I feel like you need that. Like because I may come out of it still disagreeing with you, but I understand it, like, I'm like, okay, I can see why you think this. I still disagree. I still see like this is stronger evidence to me than that is, but I understand it, and I love that. I wish that
because you're not a right fighter. You're seeking to understand. Right. You don't care about being right. You just want to learn. And I think that's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, whatever my opinion is, it's always the right one.
It's right. All right.
Hold on.
No, I come approach it a little bit differently. I just go into a conversation knowing that I'm wrong and that somebody's going to teach me.
That's probably the better way to go about it, I think, actually.
Right? Yeah. I love that.
How far along are you, Scott? Are you gonna finish the stream?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna beat y'all. I mean, yes, I'm gonna finish. I've got 1 car down.
Good job.
I've got it came with extra donuts. I mean, it's a cop car, and so
I'm hungry.
There's a little player with donuts. I've got 2 donuts instead of 1, so I'm pretty happy about that.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
I've got gifted memberships. Oh,
sorry, I'm a little bit behind because I'm trying to like show like a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like a few behind.
That's okay.
Yes, it was Lucy with the ponytail who's pretending like she's big and bad, but she's not. She's
a sweetheart.
She's a diva, is what she is. But
speaking of noisy animals, I don't know, about a half an hour ago. So I'm at a hotel. For those of you who don't know, I'm at a hotel. Long story short, my kid's house is full, so I need to come here and stream.
She's got a date later. Don't let her lie to you.
Definitely not with the Uber driver who wore more cologne than the store has on the market. Made me sick on the way here. I'm like, dude, really?
All right. After you get through all this, remind me to come back to the whole cologne thing.
I will. And so I kept hearing, so I'm hearing a lot of noises because, you know, the door's right here to the thing. And then I'm got an adjoining room that's not my people. So I'm like, kept hearing, I could have sworn I heard goats. And I'm like, oh, it's a baby. Like someone's like, or whatever. And I'm getting
You got
annoyed.
the goat stream up somewhere.
I'm trying not to be a B word. And that's when I went earlier when I said I'll be right back. I was going to go bang on people's doors and be like, dude, you can't do that right now. Cause the chat can hear you, whatever. I had my phone sitting
They'll
here.
know what that
Valhalla's
means.
right. I had Valhalla stream up. So who's the a-hole? I'm the a-hole.
Outstanding.
What was I doing? I was editing something, and all of a sudden, like this rooster sound was in my edit. I was editing something together. I was like, "What the hell is this rooster sound?" I couldn't figure it out for the life of me, and I realized I had Valhalla's goat stream going on in the background, and his roosters were going.
That's hilarious.
Oh, no.
Everybody saying Travis
Yeah, I
Rudolph
don't know.
Child Rock. That was one of my favorites. Yeah.
Travis
That was a
Rudolph
good
was
one.
amazing. I got
David
a
did
short
that
out
one
there.
too. That was fun.
I got a short out there of when the prosecutor is accusing him of having an affair. He's like, I wasn't cheating on her. I was a single man. He's like, oh, so it's okay for you just to screw whoever. I was like, oh my God, that was so amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, by the way, it is. If you're single, you do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of get to do
And
that.
she had a whole husband. She had a whole
Girl.
husband. You can't get mad when you have a whole husband.
1,000% she did.
Yes. Dominique was one of my least favorite. You know, I did a couple of interviews with Mark Shiner after that. And I did one with him alone and then one with him and Heidi Perlay. I just love them so much. They were incredible. And I still keep in contact with them. They're like, or with, mostly Mark, but they're a married couple. I didn't know that during the trial. Till the very end of trial. I didn't know that. I thought they were
I didn't know that till you said something.
co-attorneys. Yeah, they're amazing. But yeah, they're amazing. And then Travis video like thanking me, and I was like, well, it just made my life, So I put it in like my little opening or whatever. But that was one of those trials that I was so emotionally invested in because I was like, if he's not acquitted, I'm gonna have to like figure out how to like become a lawyer and get him.
You're like, I will save you.
Yes, like, oh gosh, but yeah.
You know what, for me, what made it so what really clinched it for me to be anti the prosecution on that was their witnesses. They were the least, what's it called when someone's
I love the guy that dressed like 90s,
God,
90s The Rock. What's his name? Dwayne
Oh yeah,
Johnson, the guy who dressed like him from the 90s.
Yeah,
with the turtleneck and the chain. That was amazing.
He was such a caricature of himself. David, you said bring something up. Cologne.
Oh, Brandy, you go to the gym, right? No. Oh,
I used to.
The gym.
Now I used to, not in the past year or about a year and a half since. Because now all I do is work. But
maybe the chat can help me because I know Wendy doesn't go to the gym.
I do now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I started. Yeah.
So why must some women, not all, and not even that many, just like at least one every time I go to the gym, has so much perfume on, and it's like vanilla sugar bullshit, and it just makes me sick. And you're running on the treadmill or you're lifting weights or you're doing whatever, and you just got this smell that doesn't go away and it sticks in your nose. Why do you have to wear it to the gym, ladies?
I hate that.
I hate it. I cannot speak to that. Chat, answer David, because I have zero. And by the way, when you wear too much cologne, I don't care if you smoke, drink, you did deeds before you got there, you're sweating, you stink, whatever. The cologne doesn't cover it up. It makes it enhances. And then now I have to smell your BO and the cologne. And I'd rather smell BO at a gym than cologne. It's disgusting.
Hang on, I got to bring this up.
It gets in your throat,
Brandy got married secretly, Nick. And yes, now because of that, she doesn't need to go to the gym.
Right?
Look at that rock. Nice. Is it real? Did you get it tested?
Nope. I got paperwork on it, so I guess that's the same as getting it tested, right?
If she got a certification, she's good.
Yeah.
Like, honey, I need the insurance. Can you go get the specs from the jeweler? I need to know what carat this is.
Look,
and everything.
I told him Oh, I know what carrot it is. It had paperwork. But I told him that we didn't need rings. I was like, let's just go to the courthouse. Who cares? He was like, nope. He said he wanted people to see that I was married from across the room. So he made sure that happened. But I
Gotta lock it down. I get
I
it.
love that.
But I said, I was like, we don't need rings. We'll just,
Yeah.
just go to the courthouse. And he was not having it. Oh, you look how much progress you're making. That's super cute.
Are you done?
No,
That's really cute.
no, I still have several pages, Scott.
Good.
You're doing really good.
Thank you. I'm trying. It's so much. Now I know why they needed me. You can actually concentrate on building the Lego when you're not interacting with chat. I am having a little FOMO though, because I am watching a lot of the chat, but I'm missing interacting, but that's okay. I'm watching you all, and we also, when you, by the way, for those of you who don't know, and this is for all the channels, it's really important for y'all. If you're just lurking, that's great, and we don't want to take you out of your introverted life. But if you could just pop a comment, it helps a lot for the content creators. It helps Brandy, Scott, and Valhalla and MLS. It helps them to actually get it helps the algorithm, and it helps YouTube like push their videos out more and make them more of a priority. So we appreciate all the comments, and also we just love hanging out with you guys.
Yeah. Well, it's awesome that you guys could be here. And I didn't know how good of friends you were, but Valhalla came up with the idea, like, let's get Brandy on and surprise Scott. He'll love it.
I have not in person congratulated you, Brandy, on getting married.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you
I
very
did it in
much.
text, but I wanted to say it to you.
Thank
Wait,
you.
you texted her congratulations instead of calling her?
We're friends. Thank you very much. We
It was a
text.
direct message. It wasn't like on Twitter, just openly. I mean, it was personal.
You should see the stuff David's texting me. I don't know what he's talking about.
When I have something important to say to Valhalla, I call him. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I guess I'm not important then.
But also, Scott knows me well enough to know that I don't answer my phone. I will answer a text. I very rarely, if ever, answer a phone call. So the best way to get me is going to be to text me. And even then, it's going to be hit or miss. I am not great with, communication.
Samesies, girl.
I do screen all my calls unless your name pops up. If you're not in my phone, I'm not answering your call. That's kind of.
I answer every call, even if it's spam. I have to dive under my desk for a minute and look for a piece.
Oh.
It's tiny.
Every time.
A little round one. I'll be right back.
Happens to everyone, Scott.
I was doing that earlier, and then I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go to the box. And get
David,
one.
question.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what's next on my thing, right?
Uh-huh.
What? There's
That
a bunch of.
Okay, it's showing you what you're building. So now it's just telling you to start with the 6x6 plate and then go to the next step.
Okay, thank you.
It's just showing you the segment that you're building.
I'm like, but it doesn't tell me how to build it. And I'm like, well, okay, thank you.
Okay,
Hey,
so
thank
Bailey
you,
May said,
Music Man.
what does his ring look like?
Oh,
So let me tell you, his ring is super cool. Babe, if you're still in the living room watching this, bring me your ring.
Yeah, we want to
It's
see, please.
super cool. So it has my fingerprint from my ring finger engraved on his ring.
What? I've never
It's
heard of that.
So cool. Yeah.
I love that.
So that like my ring finger is connected to his ring finger. So he's got my
I love this love
my
story.
fingerprint engraved on his ring. It's so cool.
So we
That's
can open
hot.
your
Very
phone
cool.
anytime. You could just.
Yeah. Different fingerprint. Yeah. I made sure. And one of his friends was like, oh, so he can frame you. I was like, it's really his. He just doesn't know it. It just sounds romantic. I waited till he was asleep and I just did it for his. But yeah, no, it really.
Do you take your ring off when you sleep?
Yes.
Really?
I have to. Yeah. It's too.
Because it's too big.
My wife
Let me,
does too.
let me see it again, please. May I?
My wife takes hers off when she sleeps, and she also takes it off when she like digs in the garden and stuff. She doesn't want to. She keeps breaking off the little tongs that hold the rock.
My
Oh
God.
Yeah, so
I'm
this-
always concerned because of what we do here on YouTube. I'm like, please don't turn up dead without the ring on.
Oh God.
Without the ring on.
Girl.
That's the caveat.
Okay. Yeah, you would have to take that off for everything. You couldn't change a diaper with that thing on. There's a lot you couldn't do with that.
But are you concerned at all, Brandy, that you know, if you were to, you know, meet an untimely end and you didn't have your ring on, that the police would automatically assume your husband did it and that you guys were having a troubled marriage.
Even if you have your ring on, it's always the husband. Like
Yeah.
they always suspect the husband. And my husband will be totally screwed because he's like Green Beret Special Forces. So they're gonna be like, oh, so you a trained killer is what
Yeah.
you're saying. So
Not cool. He would.
You know,
See,
yeah.
like my wife and I, we go hiking a lot, and I'm always like, please don't fall off a cliff because I'm gonna be accused of pushing you.
Exactly.
You might as well just
I'm like
plead guilty now.
Please,
Right?
like, write a note on your way down and let them know it wasn't me.
Write a note on your way down. That's not how it
Priorities, David. Priorities.
But it's
Oh my
weird
God.
that I think, you know, obviously I'm being a little facetious, but those things do like pop up. You're like, you know, if you were
Those
to
things
die
are clear
right
to me
now,
too, right?
all these little like innocuous things, like the fact that you take your ring off when you sleep and you forgot to put it on, and now we're hiking and you fall, you know, all this is going to come up. Someone's going to question.
Especially when they rewatch this stream.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This is my alibi stream.
Premeditated even. I'll be right back.
Nick
guys.
said
I
that's
know
the
I'm
one-
not going to go yell at people, but I will be right back.
All right.
I think I will anyway.
Close.
Yeah, that's true, Nick. It's more likely that I'll be at the bottom of the cliff. It's one of the curses of doing this stuff. Knowing too much. But then there's other ones where, you know, like Dateline will host a thing where, you know, it's always the husband. It's the husband the whole time. And I'm like, but there's so many innocent explanations for all of this, quote, evidence you have against the husband. Like, oh, he had life insurance. It's like, yeah, everyone has life insurance. Why is that a thing?
Yeah, but also it's almost always the husband. Like statistically, it is almost always the husband, which is also a reason I was like, the only thing, like when people would be like, oh, you'll get married again. I was like, but it's always the husband. Like that's all you need to know. Like when there's a murder, the very first suspect is the husband, which is more than enough reason to be like, you know what? I'm good on marriage. I think I'll just chill over here in my, you know, non-murderous husband little box and, you know, do my own thing. But yeah.
What did they say? Like the emotions of love and anger are like so closely connected.
Love and hate.
Yeah.
Love and hate. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I scratched myself and started bleeding out of my forehead and had to not have that happen. So
Oh, please tell me you have like a Care Bear Band-Aid on your forehead.
Oh my
I
gosh.
wish.
Or
I
like
wish.
Star Wars.
We used to have Mickey Mouse. I rocked those.
There's a
Not
case
sure how we got
where
it.
the husband tried to toss his wife off a cliff, but she fought back and then the bystanders came by. It's crazy. Oh, wow.
Wow.
That sounds like a fun case to cover.
Is that the
Sounds like
famous
he's going
one
to
that's
prison
happening right
forever.
now with the woman that she just had to face her husband in court? Is that one? I wonder. The lady that, the cliff lady or the whatever the
Jesus.
hiking? Yeah,
I don't know. What state was it in?
that's a good question. Maybe it was in California because I've been hearing a lot about it.
Wow.
Maybe it's local
be
to me.
fun.
I don't know.
That could be a fun case to cover.
Freezing in here. Heck yeah. She lived to tell the tale. Like, oh my God, what an idiot.
Don't Google how to hide a body after killing your spouse. That's how to get caught.
Okay.
Literally digital evidence. And it used to be like, oh, your digital evidence proved that you were there. And now it's like, you have no digital evidence during this time block. So that proves you're there. So like,
Right?
Yeah.
Well, we also learned through the Zachariah Anderson, don't turn off your phone.
Don't turn off your phone and don't have blocks of time where you're not on it.
At
Right.
all times, I have 2 phones, an iPad, and a watch tracking me. So I hope
Okay,
I don't
big
do
brother.
anything illegal because everyone will know where I'm at. But if any crime happens, they know I wasn't there.
If they go by my phone data, they're going to be like, you have whole huge blocks of time where you don't like. Okay, look, like right now, you can see like these are all my notifications. Like my whole phone is full of notifications. I very rare, like I don't look at my phone. I hate my phone.
And
People
you've
are
got the
always on
problem.
it.
Your Google search history is terrible.
that's what's going to get me. That's what's going to bury me is if my Google search history ever, like, what is it that people poison people with where it doesn't show up? Like, and these things, and
like, it's my job and doing research.
Why is tetrahydrazine on your Google search 75 times in the last 2 months? Well, there was this case, and
I can explain.
Johnny said our Lego talk is dark. It can get dark sometimes.
It can.
But I mean, it's relevant.
Yeah. And that's why there's like the neon green background, you know, it like the neon green, like happy background makes up for all the dark conversation going inside.
And the cute Lego people.
Yes, please sponsor us, Lego.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool in your park. Oh.
All right. So what is everyone's favorite trial that they've covered?
Travis Rudolph.
Travis Rudolph. That was
it?
One.
Yeah, that was my favorite, hands down.
What about you, Scott?
Happy to hear that.
Probably the burn pile murder.
Which one was that?
What was that the one that they where the guy like killed his parents and burnt them?
Lady killed her husband.
Oh,
body on the burn pile. Shot him.
With the big dude.
Top of him. Yeah.
They had a last name that was like funny. Like, what was it?
Why was that one your favorite, Scott?
Because my face is in evidence in that trial.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think I'm defense exhibit like 6D or something. I don't know. It's.
Do I know how this happened? Did you talk about this before? How did this
I might have mentioned it during the trial. A witness was on the stand describing one of the family members of the defendant who had guns, and I said, "Oh, I see. I think I know where they're going. They're going to say that the defendant stole the gun from Mary Jane's house, and that's the 38 she used to kill him with, or something like that." And what I didn't know was Mary Jane was watching my live stream.
That's funny.
She was on the witness list, but not sequestered, and she knew that gun had gone missing, and that the only person that could have taken it was the defendant. And she called the cops and said, I feel bad. The man in the corner, the headphones on, said my name, and it was my gun, and I just knew that I had to come clean and say that's what actually happened.
The man in the corner with the headphones on, like she thought you were part of what the defense.
She
team?
said I was court TV, is what she said. Little man in the corner on court TV.
Okay, but you were also in Zachariah Anderson.
Yeah, I was going to say first Schrader gets him.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
That was. I think that was the first time.
I think so too. That was crazy.
That was wild.
Well, the first time we know of. There could be others.
Yeah, I didn't know you at the time. That was the first case that I streamed with Zachariah Anderson. And then I remember that part where everyone was talking about he's listening to someone on YouTube commenting about this case.
Yeah, because everyone in our chat, in David's chat that was watching the case, we were like, oh my God, he's in RA's chat. Because of course everyone knew who RA was.
And then he stayed on the channel, like reading the chat.
He sure did.
Yeah.
The evidence compilation picture. Oh my gosh, Old Red Line. The evidence compilation picture in Tellus is one of my favorite works of art that I've ever done. That was hilarious. We put all of the everything that was random and ridiculous about that trial, and there were a lot of things that were random and ridiculous about that trial. We put it all in one thing, and I started like giving him like glamour shots and stuff. It was a whole thing. So yeah, that was fun.
But that's what we do. We have fun with these trials because you can take them really seriously, and the attorneys and the people involved should be, but we can have fun with them, and that's what's awesome about this.
I feel like you have to take those moments of levity because like there are some really dark and hard things to deal with in this, and it's like, like when you see the families get up and you see like the painful stuff, like that's the kind of stuff where I love being in chat because it's like everybody's kind of like consoling each other, right? And then you have the stuff where you're like, Robert Tellis is up there talking about his little kitten heels and how he, and he's giving like this whole narrative about his life. And we're all like, you're so full of crap, and you're like, we're all like experiencing this together, like we're getting punked, and then you can make fun of stuff too. So it's like you have to enjoy those moments of levity, because the hard stuff is really heavy, and the making fun of people stuff is so much fun. It's like the, you know, like making fun of like murderers and attorneys is one of my favorite pastimes. So,
or lion horse face witnesses.
yes, also those. Yes. Also,
You know what? I believe Jen McCabe.
Shut up.
I believe
No, you
her.
Don't.
hold on. How
You're
do I?
full of it.
Can I remove him from this?
Yeah.
stream?
Yes, you can. Kick him out
Brandy,
of
you have the
here.
power. Get him out of there.
Bye,
Terrible
Felicia.
take.
Bye, Felicia.
Terrible take.
All right.
Girl,
I'll-
bye.
Girl, bye. I'll let you come
No,
back.
I
But you need
haven't-
to think about
I
what you've
haven't-
done.
I haven't
He's on
listened to
timeout.
any of her testimony this go around though. Mainly because she was so horrible, and I knew she was lying the entire time. The first one, I'm like, I can't sit here and listen to her lie again.
Well, I will give her credit. She's improved
Yeah.
dramatically from the first trial.
Because she faked.
But she's still lying through her teeth.
I mean,
like watching those two pretend to be nice to each other, her and Jackson, was almost like
Sickening.
stomach churning. Yeah.
That's what I said. I was like, it's one of those things where they're like, oh, you go ahead. Oh no, you. Oh no, you. I insist. And you're like, "Bah, y'all are both full of shit. You hate each other. Like let's
Get a
go
room."
here. Yeah. Oh,
Cringe.
I mean, she still looks like a crack whore masquerading as a housewife to me. But I couldn't watch it again. I'm so frustrating with that case.
My favorite thing she said is, "I don't know what the definition of drunk is."
Yeah.
bruh.
It's like,
Like-
I need a shirt that says Canton. I don't know what the definition of drunk is.
I think everyone in that town knows one of them.
Because they all drive drunk and like do like her. Let me tell you though, the moment of him handing her that transcript when he's like, it's like 227 plus pages, which also let's not even get into the 227 thing because she was sworn in at 227. The
Yep.
search was 227, and now the
Yep.
transcript is 227 pages. But aside from that, like you couldn't script this stuff. He hands her that, and he's like, "Ms. McCabe, turn to the page where you said that Karen Reed said I hit him, I hit him, I hit him." And she's like, "This is more than 227 pages." She's like, "Take your time."
I'll wait.
Well, then the judge cut
The
him off.
judge saved her.
The judge said, "I'm not going to have her sit here and read through all that, though," didn't she?
Yeah, because
Yeah, after that, yeah.
Yeah, because it's Bev. I heard that. I popped in every once in a while to listen to it and some recaps, but I don't know how you guys are handling that case.
I drink a lot. I'm sure.
I'd have to.
Brandy says, I know what the definition of drunk is.
Yeah, I do. I like, and they have driven me to it.
Right?
Brandy's taking
David
the
and
Valhalla
Valhalla drove me to
approach.
drink. I never drink alcohol for like years until I started Legoing. Not for any reason. I just didn't. Like, it's not like, oh, but I'm a girl. I'm a wine mom now.
Yeah, there you
Lego
go.
will get you. Lego will get you.
They do get you.
But
how do
you know,
sorry, go ahead.
Scott, they said they said you've been in 5 trials.
Dang.
5?
I know Maya, Zachary Anderson, Burn Pile. Who else were we in? I was
Wait,
in the Burn
Maya.
Pile one
What
twice.
was Maya?
Maya was a civil suit down in Florida.
Oh, that case.
Omaha.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you involved with that one?
A family member of a juror was in my chat and came out and so like, oh, it's obviously because that person's given a super chat. That means that they're telling their juror family member. It was such, I went down there in person to stare them in the face when they brought that one up. But
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
it was ridiculous. Screenshots of super chats to show jury collusion or something.
That's crazy.
Really?
There was nothing.
I think the only one that I've kind of been in is the Karen Reed one because they brought in, and Murdoch. But so in Karen Reed, when Brandon quoted my podcast and then, and also quoted it out of context. Can I just throw that out there? Like he quoted it out of context, which really made me mad. Like if you want to quote my podcast, cool. First of all, give me credit, copyright strike. Second of all, Don't do it out of context. And that made me mad. So when he quoted my podcast, like I was like, I'm sitting there listening because I'm watching the hearing live. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. And I'm like, listen, and then like chat starts picking up on it. And they're like, oh my God, he's quoting like that. Wait,
what?
Quoting,
What was he quoting?
He quoted my podcast when I did my interview with Dr. Kinsey. So Dr. Kenneth Kinsey from the Murdoch trial, he's a friend of mine. He and I love him, love his wife. They are amazing people, love them to death. And he didn't think that his opinion was based on which all he goes is, he's like, I can look at the pictures. I can tell you what I see from the pictures. Obviously, I don't have all the information, whatever. So this is just like pre-trial, whatever. So he's like, it doesn't look like dog bites to me. This is why. And I was like, okay, I like to show different opinions. Okay. Yes. Like the Karen Reed masses believe it's a dog bite or dog scratches, and that's fine. The anti-Karen Reed people say it's not, and that's fine. But Dr. Kinsey was like, it's not either of what they're saying, in my opinion. He's like, I don't think that it's dog bites, but I also know it's not the tail light. So I was like, perfect. I want to have like different opinions. I want people to hear, they're like, hey, you don't have to pick one or the other. You can say like, neither of these make sense to me, which is still a not guilty, right?
Right.
But like, neither of these make sense to me. So like, I brought him on because I was like, first of all, I love him. He's amazing, like incredible. But also I was like, I want people to be able to, like, I just like to give different opinions, and let people know, like, you're not having to pick one or the other. Like, you can have different opinions. So I brought him on. So Brennan quotes him when he's saying that he doesn't think it's dog bites. But then he leaves off like the next part where he's like, but it also ain't tail light. And let me tell you why. And I was like, read the rest. You're a liar. Read the rest. I was so mad. I was like, don't quote me out of context. Oh, it made me so mad.
Rude.
But also
that guy's as slimy as it gets. I don't know that I've ever seen a slimier prosecution. And I know he's not technically prosecution. He's worse than Gravely, man.
He's
really?
Wow.
He's worse. He's worse.
That's saying a lot.
He is one of the most unethical attorneys that I have only used that word one other time, and that was with the Travis Rudolph prosecution. Because I'm like, okay, I understand, like, people.
What's
like
his name?
Hank Brennan.
Hank Brennan.
Brennan. Yeah.
He is terrible. I lost my shit on the stream the other day, and then afterwards I was like, oh, I'm not on my stream. I'm doing this for Crime Junkie now. So like, I texted like the attorney, and I was like, lost my shit a little bit, but yeah, they're like, no, it's fine. You're like, whatever. So, but the way that he lies and misrepresents things just irks my soul. It's irks. Like, it is, and it's so intentional. And when he did it with Arca the other day, and this is what drives me nuts. The report for Arca was done before anybody from the prosecution or defense ever knew who Arca was. No matter how much you get up there and stomp your stupid little feet and, whine about things and pound on the podium and, pretend like everything's an outrage. No matter how much you do that, it doesn't change the fact that their decisions and their conclusions were made in February before anybody from either side knew who they were. And trying to create this outrage so that you can try to, like, fake your way into some issue that needs to have them excluded is BS to me. And it is infuriating to watch him try to prosecute this case as if he's a defense attorney. And the reason it makes me so mad is because a defense attorney's loyalty, I feel like, I'm not an attorney. I just talk about them on YouTube in my podcast, but I feel like a defense attorney's, loyalty or,
they're
not loyalty. What's it? They're
moral
who
compass.
they owe, what they like, who they owe to. They're like their client, and like that's their priority, right?
Right, 100%.
A prosecutor is supposed to be seeking the truth, and if you have a prosecutor that's up there lying and doing dirty things and literally spreading things so that the media will pick up on it, knowing it's fake, and you're going to say it loud and proud, when you're trying to get everybody to pick up on it, but then when you have to do your retraction, you're like, oh, my bad. By the way, sorry.
Oh, like news media.
Makes me so mad because it is so dirty. And the amount of rage that I feel toward him. And if you've listened to the podcast episode I released this afternoon, you will know it. My husband came out after he listened to it. He was like,
My husband.
You burned the ground down on that one. I'm like, yeah, I was pretty pissed, but
Yeah.
not a fan.
Brandy,
It worked for us.
what did you think of the judge issuing that ruling through her clenched teeth? With like saying,
Which one?
You're gonna win this one. Just sit down. And what was your reaction to that? I didn't get to see that.
I was so mad because the thing is like the ruling that she, or like the rule of conduct or whatever that she gave, like that she was like, how am I supposed to do this? It had nothing
to do with it.
You're talking about
to do with it.
ARCA? Are you talking about the ARCA decision?
Yes.
Yeah.
And as soon as, and the reason that like it makes me mad seeing that is like, and you can see like I paused my stream because I very rarely pause my stream because I like to watch things in real time because I'm nosy and I want to know when it's happening. So I very rarely pause my stream. I usually just go over things in like sidebars and breaks or whatever. But I had to pause my stream and I was like, this guy is BS. Like I was so mad, and I went on like my rant about like how a prosecutor should be like these are the people we're supposed to be able to trust. So I was still like red faced and pissed off from that. So then when Alessi gets up there and she's like, well, how can I reconcile this? And he's like, okay, well, that's a totally different thing. And she's like, yes, I know, you're right. I agree with you. Look, sit down. I'm just gonna and I was like, if you agree with him and you know he's right, why did you bring it up? Why did you bring it up?
Because she was hoping that she could slip it by.
That's what I thought
hoping
too.
Alessi wasn't
like,
on his shit.
But Alessi is so on his shit.
He's so good.
He is so good. Like he is like him and his binders look like color coordinated binders and like charts and stuff like that.
Brandy's like, yes.
I was like, I literally said in straight today, I was like, Alessi, if you're out there, we can make beautiful binders together. Like
Yes, you could.
So what's the most ridiculous thing that's happened in this trial thus far?
Brennan.
Everything's been insane.
Brennan. Just all Brennan all the time.
Scott, your thoughts?
Ugh.
Oh man.
Hate him.
Give me a second. Let me think, because every day has just been bigger and bigger.
Wild.
But
When he accused Alan Jackson and ARCA of having some kind of secret friendship that Dr. Wolf was gonna, for a second, entertain that idea, I was losing my damn mind.
Yeah.
This dude works for the Department of Justice, right? That's a contract for the Department of Justice. This dude worked for NASA. You think he's gonna give a shit about some little murder trial up in Boston and risk his whole reputation, ARCA's reputation? You're out of your mind, Brennan.
Yeah.
Out of your mind.
See, that's what I was saying earlier. You know, everyone who's covering it, everyone who's in Canton and protesting, everyone who's actually involved with the case, I don't think they realize that this is not the worldwide situation that it really is. You know, when you're inside the case, you're like, oh, well, this guy's, of course he's, lying for the defense. Like, why would he ruin his career? Why would ARCA ruin their business for this fairly trivial murder case? It's really, in the grand scheme of things, this is not a big case. I remember, I think Uncivil was talking about the court or the Supreme Court petition, and everyone's like, but this is national importance. And he's like, no, it's not. This is just a murder case out of Massachusetts. It's not national importance. And I think people forget that. Especially when they're involved and wrapped up in it.
I feel like everything that he did was very intentional. He is a very calculated person. I am not a fan. I have been very clear about it. Like and as soon as I found out he listened to my podcast, I was like, oh, I'll give you something to listen to, sir. And I have not been filtered about him since then. And I am 100% positive he is absolutely calculated in everything he does. And he does that for a reason. He gets up there and he makes these big misrepresentations because he knows that, like, trolls and Twitter and Facebook,
Run with it.
whatever, they will run with it. They don't care about facts. They will take it and run with it, and they will clip things and they will run with it. And I've seen it happen. They've done it to me. They've done it to
I see.
trial.
And I'm not trying to push back and say that this guy's, great or anything. He is absolutely a tool, but he's not unusual. Like I had last year, I had a nothing of a case. It was I represented father. Father got into a physical altercation with his 17-year-old son, right? So father's being charged with felony child abuse and domestic violence. And there's a whole host of things, and I'm a good attorney, so charges didn't stick. But the prosecutor wants to, even though they know, even though they can't, right? They want to introduce all these prior bad acts. They know they can't. The statute is very clear that they can't. But they say, here's our intent to introduce all these prior bad acts. Like, why? Why do that? Why? Now I got to file a motion. Now we got to go in front of the judge. And the judge is like, yeah, what are you thinking, prosecutor? And we're like, oh, well, this and this and this. And the judge is like, no, you can't do that. Because they just try all this sneaky shit. And unless you call them out on it, it gets through. And it scares the crap out of my client. And, I don't know if I want to do a trial now because all this stuff is going to come up and we got to file motions. This is the stuff that prosecutors do every single day. And it's all bullshit.
Yeah. It's so hard to watch that because it's like, and no offense
You're
to any
supposed to
defense
be the
attorneys,
good
but-
guys.
Exactly. That's my issue with it. It's like, no offense to defense attorneys, but like, I expect it more from defense attorneys because I'm like, look, you're representing your client. That's who you're riding and dying for. Like, that's who, and not like
Excuse
not
me,
past
ma'am.
an ethical point, but like not past an ethical point. Like, well,
I
some
represent
I
the
hear
Constitution
what
of the
you're
United
saying,
States.
Brandy. I'm picking up what you're putting down for us.
like I just feel like I expect it more from
Right.
like a defense attorney who's like giving a vigorous defense to their client. But when you're the prosecution, bruh, honesty is kind of your deal. Like that's kind of your jam. That's where you're supposed to be. And when it's not that, anything other than that is just like
unacceptable.
It looks very personal.
Yes.
Yes, it does. That's what I've been saying from the beginning of this thing. For a place to, not be covering up a homicide, they sure do an awful lot of work to make it look like they're covering up a homicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. They're doing a lot of work.
And that's what I said, like a lot too. I'm like, I don't know what happened, but the problem is that because I don't know what happened, that's a not guilty for me. But also the other problem, like that's problem number one. Problem number two is if they're not hiding a murder cover up, they're hiding something. And because whatever they're hiding is coming up in a murder trial, it automatically looks suspicious for what we're here for. It could be something like if you rehomed your phone and your SIM card and your dog and your home, like, and all these things, it could be for something totally different. But rehoming your phone and your SIM card on a military base, like literally the day that you find out that you're about to have
on a military base thing throws me.
The day before the subpoena comes down for the phone.
Was there any legitimate reason for them being at a military base?
He said he was driving through.
He cuts through there. He cuts through there all the time.
You can't cut through a military base. You got to have a cat card to get on a military base.
And decides
he's a Fed. He's an ATF agent.
And decides that he wants to dispose of his phone while he happens to be driving through that day.
The day before the subpoena drops, Dave.
Yeah, but forget about the whole subpoena timing.
You thought about it while he was butt dialing.
In general,
right? The butt dials.
Happen to be driving through a military base that I do all the time because it's on my way home from work. As I'm driving through anywhere randomly that I happen to be driving to because I do it all the time, I'm just gonna toss an old phone. I mean, that's not what I do.
SIM card after destroying the SIM card, and you don't back it up because you're a single guy and you don't have kids, so you don't need to back it up.
I mean,
I
I
don't
hang
have
on
an
to my
attachment to my
phones
phone like that.
thinking I'm going to wipe them out and sell them, and then they sit on the shelf for 2 years, and then I throw them out. I mean,
Right.
isn't that what we all
Do
do?
it like a normal dude. Yeah, let it sit in a junk drawer or a shelf.
Exactly.
Here's an old
And
one of
then
mine.
there you go. And then at some point, hand it over to an 8-year-old who just wants to pretend like they have a cool phone. Like that's what
Right?
normal
Yep.
people do.
I'm just
That's
waiting
what
for
I
it to
do
get
with
to the
my
Air
old
Force
phones.
Base.
Go to
so I
my
can get rid of
kids.
it.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just saving up all mine until I get to go on base again. That's all that is.
I don't have a CAC card anymore. I can't get on.
My allergies are
sponsor.
killing me in Ohio, y'all.
Oh, that's funny.
Ohio people, are anyone else's allergies acting up?
No, we're
Yeah,
normal.
they're pretty rough right now.
Ooh.
I'm not in Ohio, but down here in Tennessee, it's getting a little rough.
Look at this thing. This thing's looking pretty cool.
Oh, David, that's cool.
It's getting
Heck
there.
yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to finish.
I did.
You finished?
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
yay!
It looks awesome.
Oh, it looks
Oh,
so
wait,
good.
hang on, we gotta
You
plug
win.
it
Make her
You
big.
win.
Make her big.
You win.
Make her big.
You
There
win.
we
Wait, it fell apart. Wait, look at my fork. I got so excited. Hold on, make
She's
me
not
small
done
again.
yet.
Make me small again. I gotta fix it. Thank you.
She's not done yet,
So
y'all.
embarrassing. Oh my gosh.
That's
Can
awesome.
you guys tell I'm not used to competitions? Okay, here we go.
Are you ready now? We can make you full screen.
Yeah,
You let us know when you finish, and then we'll make you
I'm
full screen.
done. It just keeps this one piece keeps. Okay, here we go.
Oh, that
Look at
looks
your
so
little
good.
kid.
Oh,
Nice.
it's cute.
He's really cute.
Oh,
Very cool. Where are you going to put him?
Well, my grandson asked if when I come back, first of all, I have to come back early in the morning before he wakes up. And
Okay.
he wants to take it apart and build it with grandma.
Oh,
Nice.
So
There
when
you
I get home, so he'll either keep it at his house because he'll be excited. Dave, hi, babe. Or he'll let me take it home and I'll find a way to display it. I need to get shelves so when I stream at home, I actually have I just have that painting.
A nice little
and
display behind you.
I do. And then I could put my flowers from Mother's Day from last year.
There you go.
aw.
Yeah.
Cute.
Whew, that was stressful, I have to say.
You won. You won.
I won. Here's the box, friend.
You beat Scott.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
Actually, I beat David, and that's really all that matters.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
That's all that matters.
I'm just happy I'm going to finish today. This is
Thanks, Myron.
in there.
Yeah, you know, you're not the first, but like John Yates said, you know, well, if you don't finish, that's just an excuse to come back and play more Lego.
There you go.
Right. By the way, for those of you who are wondering about what Crime Junkie, so here when I look I'm an Apple person, so when I listen to podcasts, I use my podcast app, but here's their logo. Like here's what they look like just by themselves. And this is now Miss Brandy's affiliated with these very super famous people. It's really cool. Really excited.
Yeah, I just subscribed to their YouTube channel. I'll check them out on. So, are you streaming live on the podcast too, or are you just streaming live on the YouTube?
I'm streaming live on the Crime Junkie Jury YouTube, and then I'm doing the podcast episodes at the end of each week to kind of like recap. And then I'm also doing like a recap of that's me. I did the top 3. So I've been doing like a recap in the evenings, but I'm like, I do that on the podcast. I was like, let's do something different. So I was like, let's do like our top 3 holy crap moments, because there's been a lot of holy crap moments. So, and if there's more than 3 that on any given day, then I'll do however many there are. But yeah, so this last video, the video I did yesterday was like the top 3 holy crap moments. All the other ones have been recapped. So I think I'm going to do those from now on because those are a lot more fun.
That's awesome.
And then of course the podcast is like the main gig, you know, but
That's so cool. We're so excited. That's awesome.
thank you. I love
And by
it.
the way,
It was
friend, sorry,
really
Brandy,
cool.
If you have not yet subscribed to this channel on YouTube, Crime Junkie Podcast, Crime Junkie Jury, go here, hit the subscribe, and then click all so you get your notifications so that we could. I know half Irish. Somebody asked me that because Brandy was a surprise, so I wasn't supposed to tell anyone she was coming. But when I told my family she was coming, they're like, "Are you doing another Mother's Day stream?" I'm like, "No,
Aw.
it's for her to surprise Scott for Recovery Addict." But no, I don't. We aren't doing another Mother's Day stream next weekend.
Let me say this about Brandy: these deep dives are incredible. On cases like this, you need it.
Oh,
If you're
100%.
when we're just watching like a jury, and so many times I'm like, I want to say I wish I could answer the questions, but you need to have gone to school in Canton to understand some of the stuff they're talking about here, and understand not just the lingo, but how the town operates and how they think and everything else. Especially when there's so many players and so many Brians and so many, everything. It's just there's a lot, and you can't go wrong.
Wicked hot.
I like that. It's wicked hot for sure.
Yeah.
But Brandy, you do an amazing job.
Thank you. It's funny because when we're streaming during the day, like a lot of people that are watching this one, we did a poll the other day. I was actually surprised. A lot of people that are watching it didn't watch the first one, and that surprised me. So, yeah, I have a huge spreadsheet of all my notes from last time, and all my like stuff, whatever. So like as we're going, I'm comparing everything to whatever, and I'm like, this is like military stuff. I told my husband was like a spy in the military, right? So I tell him all the time, I'm like, I totally could have been a spy. Like, look how nosy I am. Look at all the information I have. Like, look at what I dig up on people. I was like, I totally could have been a spy.
What? So, how different was the testimony this go around? Thus far with the witnesses from the last trial. Is it substantially different? Is it more or less the same?
There's been a couple of glaringly obvious differences. But she's actually done a pretty good job. What she does, especially with Jen McCabe, right? Carrie Roberts changed a little bit. Mm-hmm. They changed when they said that they heard the cracked taillight for the first time. They've said that they've changed the spot where Carrie said, I did it, or I hit him rather. Karen, there you go. But for the most part, she does this thing where she asks to see the transcript before she really answers a question. So she finds her way out of most of those situations.
But is it okay? I guess like everyone, including the jury, is judging the credibility of these witnesses, right? So we take in information, but we're also allowed to judge the credibility of the source of the information. So are the witnesses coming across more credible this go around than they were last time, including Jen?
I would say Jen on direct, if you were a new juror member, came across as credible.
Agreed.
Yes,
but she blew it on cross with the I can't remember, and just
Alan Jackson. Oh yeah, sorry.
Every single thing, and it's just like, look, this isn't like a trick question. It's like, are you Jen McCabe? Well, it depends what your definition is. It's just the jury, I'm sure, looked at that and it's just like, seriously, lady, we're wasting 3 days on you because you refuse to admit that the sky is blue.
Right.
One of the tea leaves that I've noticed when I've been covering trials is if the law and crime chat thinks guilty, then for better or worse, I feel like the jury's leaning that way. Yeah. And if the law and crime chat says not guilty, I feel like for better or worse, the jury is leaning that way. And this go around, the law and crime chat seems to be all not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys noticed that?
Yes.
I've seen people post screenshots of the polls that they've done and stuff. So
yeah.
So that's like the most encouraging thing.
Yeah.
People will check on it and come back, and long crimes at this % right now. It's like, God,
is that the lady that's like, I'm just a regular mom?
Yes. I'm just a small town mom. And then the next day she was like, I'm just a normal mom. Because that was literally coming out about lying to the feds.
Right.
I'm just a small town mom. I'm not used to this. And he's asking her.
She couldn't remember at the time.
Yeah.
She's so full of it. And then she's talking about calling Carrie Roberts. Like as soon as the feds were like, hey, we're the feds and we want to talk to you. And she's like, oh, I just need 10 minutes to get ready. Just give me,
please.
I just need 10 minutes to get ready. And so she goes in there and calls Carrie. She's like, oh my God, the feds are here. Have they talked to you?
No. She didn't do that. She just needed to put her teeth in.
She said she needed to brush them.
By the way, people, if anyone's questioning you, don't lie. Don't tell the truth. Don't say anything. Get an attorney.
That's what I said.
No
Get an
shit.
attorney. She
Girl.
goes in there and calls Carrie Roberts. And then, so when Jackson's asking her about that, because Jackson's like, oh, really? Carrie Roberts, the one who just said that she told the grand jury that she heard, Karen Reed asking you, like, and gave false information to the jury. That one, the one who just, who just said y'all made a timeline together so that y'all could, like, coordinate all your information. That one, that's the one you called. And she's like, that's no different than calling and being like, hey, the ice cream man's here. I'm like, oh yeah, ice cream, the feds, totally tomato, totally the same thing, like I don't think I've ever
what sort of timeline do they actually need to develop with? We went out, we went back to the house, got drunk.
They worked on this timeline for hours, Dave. Hours.
And he never showed up.
They
were at the house for like They were at the house for like something like 3 hours working on this timeline. And Jen ended up dragging her sister into this mess because she testified Friday that her sister was the one that wrote the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she's sitting in the courtroom at the time.
Shut up.
She was sitting in the courtroom watching her sister testify.
Did you see her face afterwards? She's terrified.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, oh, crap. Oh, crap.
So Friday ended kind of crazy, I thought. So Paul and Peggy O'Keefe weren't in the courtroom for the last couple hours of court, right? The last session. Peggy and Paul, the John O'Keefe's family, they were not in the courtroom anymore. And I don't know about you guys. Maybe you've got a different take on this, but something happened to Jen McCabe. She was not the same person she was that morning. She was pouting, for lack of a better term. I think she was terrified.
I'm completely lost. Okay, so you're talking about...
Well, watch the trial, Dave. God bless it.
No, I'm not going to watch the damn trial. No, so Friday morning, she's up testifying. This is after a full day of break, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, she testified on Wednesday, did direct, and started cross. Thursday, they didn't have any court. Friday, she came back. And if I'm being honest, I think she looked good at the end of Wednesday. She didn't look terrible, right? Yeah. And Friday morning, she started out not looking bad, but by the end of the day, it was a completely different story.
Yeah. Okay, and was John's family in the courtroom on Wednesday?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
This was the first time they haven't been in the courtroom. Was this afternoon session on Friday.
So when they had a recess that morning, normal morning recess, right? But when they called the recess, Brennan called Jen McCabe and the other prosecutors and like into a room or whatever and like closed the door,
O'Keefe
right?
Too, and John O'Keefe too, I think.
Yeah, well,
that's when I was irresponsibly speculating that there was a plea deal because. Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't irresponsible based on my years of experience. If we're talking about a serious crime and we're bringing in family members, immediate family members, that's usually a sign that there's a plea deal or something's about to go down that's going to affect them. Like either like, hey, we got to dismiss this case, or there's a plea deal. That's why I think my speculation was educated and appropriate, not just wild. But that's why I was thinking that.
Yeah.
So what was that all about then? What did that end up being?
So apparently they had some issues with, well, I don't know if specifically that. So there were a few things that happened that day. So when they took them into the room originally, they closed the doors, and then so we have a guy who's like in there or whatever. So like instead of like pulling like a law and crime feed, I have my own feed. Like there's like I have a guy there that like has his thing plugged in. So he's like kind of texting and giving updates about like this is happening, whatever. So he's considered part of the media because he's like there to like plug into the little feed or whatever. So that way I don't have like a logo. I get to put my own logo. He's texting me like, because he's very like low key, like he doesn't get involved in anything. He's just like, I'm just here to plug in, Right. So, and he's like, they're kicking us out. So they kicked the media out, and then they kicked everybody like, and we're like, hey, y'all have to like leave the entire floor, and you have to go to the first floor. So we're like, wait, what? What's happening? So. Yeah. like everybody that was like waiting outside had to like literally leave the floor and go to the first floor. So then we're like, okay, what the heck is happening? Well, Brennan and Jen McCabe and the other prosecutors had gone into the room or whatever and like closed the door. They're all kicked out downstairs. So they're downstairs, and then all of a sudden, like they see Brennan and Paul walking down there, and they go into the DA's office. They walk into the DA's office. A few minutes later, Paul comes out, and then after that, Brennan comes out, and then they all go back upstairs. Like everything's like nobody says anything about anything. But apparently, then court officers had come after that and asked Paul O'Keefe to move to the back row. So I'm hearing that there were like gestures and like faces being made or whatever, and that somebody said a juror reported it. I'm not positive on the juror part. That's not my guy saying that. That's somebody else who had said that. But somebody said a juror reported it. I don't know who actually reported it, but somebody reported him making like faces or gestures or something, like, and it being uncomfortable. So they asked him to move to the back row. So all of that kind of like happened while we were all like, wait, what? What's happening? What's going on? Why are they sending them to
Okay,
the
so they're
floor? Why
just
are they doing
scolding.
this?
Families are making faces at each other in the courtroom audience. That's what's basically going on.
Well, he was making it like at Karen Reed is what.
Yeah, I think it was towards Karen Reed from.
Yeah, because like he said in that one interview, like he stays like in that area so that he can kind of like give.
This is
What
John's
do you
brother,
think?
or not John's brother.
Yeah, his brother. Yeah, Paul.
Okay.
So that he can like give the message. What did he say in that interview? Something about how like he can like send the message that he's not going anywhere, they're not done yet, or whatever. However it was, he said it. So I guess
So he's
like
bought into this whole narrative, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But now, isn't it now? John's parents have split, right? Since this,
They're not living in the same house according to the addresses on record.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
But I think that's.
I always say
what-
like when a family loses a child, the impact is usually like if they have a healthy marriage, that impact will ruin it, and if they have a bad marriage, that impact might bring them together. So, I mean, that seems kind of norm.
Yeah.
Families.
Well,
go through
Peggy,
that.
the first words out of Peggy's mouth when she got on the stand were talking shit about her husband, and then
Right.
it was
too long,
it was a
yeah.
bad joke, right? Like, how long have you been married? Too long, that kind of thing. And it was like, and then she said, like, the very next thing she said was another disparaging remark about her husband. And it was like, what are you doing, lady? Like, you're a piece of work.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I mean, if that's part of the state's case, it all works for Karen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just a lot. It's a lot.
So, how many more weeks?
A million.
This
All
is-
of the weeks.
It's never gonna end, man.
All of
Someone-
the weeks.
Earlier in the stream, someone asked, "Do you think 8 weeks is a long time for a trial?" And I'm
Yes.
like,
Yes.
For a
Yeah.
simple hit and
in
run,
real life,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
For a simple hit and run, this is ridiculous.
I'm streaming a trial. Most trials go like at the most a week and a half. Those are for like the big murder. Those are like the intentional murder. You chop
Like a
this person up
capital case or
and
something.
scatter them around the county. That's a week and a half.
Yeah.
These big cases like this are unheard of. That's why a lot of times I try to stream some of the shorter trials, not only because it helps with my calendar, but it's real life. Like most of these trials, like some murder trials take 2 days.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not that complicated of cases, people.
Yay!
Already done.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Ha ha.
Oh dang.
Okay, so let me show this off just a little bit. Other than the fact that I'm sweating bullets here. All right, so here's our this
Nice.
is like a safe with like gems and gold in it. It's dragged along
nice.
by a chain behind this little vehicle. This is the escape vehicle, which looks awesome. And then he's
Love
being
the
chased.
idea of them dragging the safe behind.
Yeah. In case there's a four-wheeler when the guy's got a drone on the back. So
Outstanding.
it's a cop with a four-wheeler. Got a little joystick controller for the four-wheeler, and you've got the police vehicle with the door.
Oh, that's
opens.
cool.
Catch
Oh.
him, drop him in there,
Oh dang.
and
Heck
looks pretty
yes.
cool. And then we've also, I'm not sure what this is. It looks like there's a dude that's helping out the thief who's like, sit above and can launch this boulder like
Eh.
Wile E. Coyote style.
Oh,
So that can drop down and like go in the way. So it's a whole thing, and I'm done.
Outstanding.
Oh,
That's
that's
awesome.
cool.
First time
Yay.
ever.
Nice.
by the way, Lego, you need to sponsor us because look at the smile on Recovery Addict's face. Lego brings joy to people, and also it is something that I feel like we've sort of lost in our world of the internet and all of, I mean, and you know, it may sound hypocritical because here we are, you know, streaming, but I think there's a time and a place for those things. But also the things that we missed, like from my childhood, were these moments.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool we get to make it public too. I love that.
yeah. Very cool.
I am only halfway through my build. I don't think I'm going to finish it this stream.
I don't think
What
so
I got
either,
so
but
far.
that's really cool, David. I love
Yeah.
that.
Look, there's like the control centers in here and
It
stuff.
kind of looks cool like that though.
It looks like it
The
could be. I
skeleton.
could fit it in a shipyard.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it
It looks very Navy-esque
It looks
to me.
Navy-esque.
I don't know who told me about the Lego app, but that saved my bacon today.
Oh,
yeah,
isn't it
man.
brilliant? By the way, so if you guys don't know what we're talking about, on your iPad, you can get an app, and then it shows you how to build the pieces, and you can like zoom in and like
Pinch and zoom.
pinch and zoom, you know, as you will. So it shows you how to build all the pieces, and it's really handy. That's what I've been using for the last year doing this. And Valhalla just picked it up, and apparently Recovery Addict now too.
That's
Heck
awesome.
yeah.
Wendy,
So, yeah.
you can take over your duties because you're so much better at it than I am.
Oh, I'm not better at it than you are. And I'm happy to not take them over. I'm actually really enjoying myself. But if you would like a break, I'm happy to.
Whatever you want.
Girl, we're here for you. You're the special guest. You
Look at
decide.
us being AJ and Jen McCabe right now.
I
Oh no,
was
you
just
go ahead. Oh
thinking
no,
it.
you go ahead.
The difference is though, we actually genuinely think each other's I think we like each other. So I
That's
think
true,
we're
yeah.
genuine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
girl, it's all
And-
about you tonight.
For anyone in my chats, because I have a couple of streams going, if you don't have, if you haven't subbed to Recovery Addict, you need to. And I'm going to put Brandy's link in the chat
Please
too,
do.
or in the description, because it was a surprise. So I didn't put her on there. But actually, Brandy, can you put your podcast and stuff in the private chat, and then I can post it in
Yeah.
the channel description?
Also, David, some of your mods, like Heidi's been posting it, and Valhalla's mod is Heidi, but an Amica fan, people have been posting it too, just so you know. But
Okay,
also, we
good,
do
good,
want to
good.
post it. And Half Irish has been
I'm
posting.
going to put it in the stream.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you
there's-
so much.
Yeah, Half Irish has it. Okay. So I'll post that. I just need to update my stream because it was supposed to be a secret, and it was until Wendy tweeted it out last week.
Oh gosh!
I missed it.
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
Thank God! Thank God you missed it. Oh my gosh! Tell him what I did, David.
Did I
Well, I don't know. I didn't even see it.
thought I
I just saw
retweeted one of your-
Oh,
Valhalla's
Valhalla,
text.
tell them.
She just happened to tag everybody the other day when I was on stream, and I looked down at my phone and I was like, "Oh no! Please take your post down, dear Wendy. We're not."
Oh
We're
no,
not
that's not
supposed
what
to
he
be-
said. I'll tell you guys. Wait, no. I just have to show off.
to use bigger words or shorter words?
I yelled at Wendy a little bit. I'm not proud of it.
I didn't yell.
Wait,
go.
this is first of all, David and Valhalla treat me like they treat me so well, and none of us ever I think we genuinely care about each other, and so in a million years would never expect Valhalla to even think about like raising his voice. David, 100%. David and I love her, but Valhalla is like so genteel. He's this like scary combat vet. Like don't mess with him, but he treats, especially I've noticed women very, very well and very respectfully. And I love that about him so much. And he's always very kind to me. I get a text from Valhalla. I wish I could make it big because I don't want everyone to see our whole business. But this
Don't
is a
put
group
my
text.
number up there. Don't put
It
my
says-
phone number on the screen.
I would never. It says Wednesday, 12:08 p.m. After I make this beautiful post talking about RA and Brandy and how excited we are, blah, blah, blah. And I'm so proud of myself. And Valhalla says, Wendy, in exclamation mark, take your post down. You tagged Brandy. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. I did that on purpose. Like, that's my job. I'm promoting the stream. I didn't say that to him though. And I said, is she not coming? I'm so confused. Well, I don't know if I missed the communication or if David forgot to tell me. I didn't know it was a surprise for RA because they're such good friends. I assumed that they decided together to come on together.
I didn't
It
even
was a
see
surprise for
Valhalla's
Scott, and
first.
I felt so bad.
I came in after like the whole conversation had happened. I didn't even see that first one. It's like, Wendy, take your post down! Exclamation point. Hey, Wendy. Is she
David
not
says,
coming? I'm so
"Wendy!"
confused. And he's like, nobody knows.
I'm impressed you can keep a secret. I mean,
Well, this is the thing. I actually love surprises and I like secrets when it's a good secret. I'm a horrible liar. So it's probably good I didn't remember or didn't know, because if somebody asked, I suck at lying. But I truly would have loved to make it a super big surprise. But to see Ari's, we were like, well, we won't know if he saw my post because I tagged you in the post.
I think I retweeted it.
But I think you did, but I don't think you saw
it didn't
Brandy.
Connect. It
Yeah,
didn't
thank
connect.
God.
I thought you were just
Thank
like
you,
saying,
Jesus.
"Oh, hey guys, come check out the
That
live
makes me
stream."
so happy you didn't see it or didn't notice. And guess what? You weren't the only one. Valhalla, the first time he saw the post, because
apparently she did it twice.
Yeah,
The first time I didn't even
he
know.
liked it. So I'm like, hi, Carol.
That-
my God.
I
Did the
was.
defendant find out how the FBI finds people in this case? Oh, she found out.
That's
Wait,
me.
what is
Sorry.
that? Oh.
Sorry, I just rested my arm on the soundboard.
So I'm glad it didn't ruin RA's surprise, because that would have made me really sad. I felt really bad. I was like, oh, but
You
Brandy
didn't
did
have
see
to
it.
feel bad.
This is after hearing this story, I definitely think everything is David's fault. I concur.
Yeah,
I concur.
It's probably
Raise your hand if you agree.
I'm pretty sure.
Put a
No.
2 in the chat if you agree it's David's fault. Number 2, put a 2.
I'll
I
take
think it's
the blame.
unanimous.
I'll
It's
take the blame. But I'm also going to throw the blame a little bit at Valhalla, because we didn't know how to introduce Brandy in the stream, and I think that's why Wendy was confused.
Probably.
Could have
Yeah.
been. Yeah,
we
did.
had different scenarios going back and forth as to how we were going to introduce Brandy. Like, should we? My idea was is to like just have her appear right after the
Yeah.
intro.
Like we
But,
did.
like, don't say
Like we did.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like don't say anything. Just like have her all of a sudden
Pop
be
up.
here. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
let me
so
tell-
we had that discussion a long time ago, not just today.
let me tell
Yeah.
you,
No, we had that a long time ago.
Okay,
too.
then it's my bad. I did forget. Although I'm thinking you and Valhalla may have had that separately, the chat.
We might have. That might
We
have been
might
our
have.
fault.
It might not have been in our group chat.
Thank
It
you,
might have been
future.
just him and I.
I love you. I appreciate it.
Brandy, you're a good friend. Love you. Love what you do. You're absolutely amazing. What you bring to the world of true crime is incredible, and
Hell
we
yeah.
would not be the same without you. I want to say thanks to Valhalla Waits, to MLS, to Wendy, because I know how busy you are, and being able to put all this together in the middle of the Karen Reed trial, nonetheless, and bring this together. We rarely get to connect as often as we'd like to. So thank you very much. This has been really cool. This has been special, and I appreciate you taking the time to do this. I know you're busy, so thank you.
Wait, why is my
I'm-
chat disabled?
For me, it was a pleasure for sure.
Yeah.
I'm super glad that it went well, right? Like I knew you guys were friends and I knew you would love this idea, or at least I hoped you did. But there was always the possibility that, kind of thing. But
I think I just
went
messed
pretty
up
well.
my chat somehow on my.
David, see, it's
My
always
Lego
David's
stream.
fault. Hi,
That's your fault.
Pernilla.
What did I
Stop
just do?
pushing buttons.
My
Why-
chat tells me that all the time to stop pushing buttons.
Why? All of a sudden, my chat
Farrell
disappeared.
said your
Sorry,
stream
guys.
died for her.
The
Huh.
stream is
What?
dead.
I can see you.
My stream's going.
No, the stream's still going, but the chat died. I
Oh.
don't know why. Chat's
that
not
was-
enabled. What happened?
Oh, by the way, David, I don't. So when you've been posting a lot of shorts lately, and I've noticed this in some of your other shorts, I can't comment on all of them. Is there a reason for that?
Maybe the same reason. Oh,
What did
no,
you do?
it's not made for kids.
Oh, man,
Stupid
that's
made for
terrible.
kids thing. No, it's not made for kids.
That nixes monetization.
Okay,
oh
I
no,
fixed
he
it.
just got
I fixed it.
remonetized.
No, I fixed it. I
Okay,
fixed it.
good.
I should have.
Oh, that's why I
geez.
can't comment, because kids streams are. Oh,
There we go. Chat's back. Okay, we
Mine
should be
set
good
to
now.
public. How'd you do that?
No. What? So I was adding Brandy's links into the stream descriptions, and I hadn't gone in and selected like a playlist and is this for kids or not, and so it wanted me to do that, but it kept jumping around. I was like, all right, fine, just click those so I can get back to editing and adding Brandy's links. And so I accidentally put both of my streams were made for kids. They're not. This is not kid friendly, except for the Lego part.
We
But
established that
turn
early
the
on.
volume off and watch,
Yeah, we did.
watch the Lego. Yeah.
After my first F-bomb, it was like after that. First and only.
But David,
no,
yeah, even
listen,
your
you
shorts, I haven't been able to comment. I can't comment on some of them. I can, but not many of them. I haven't been able to comment on.
So I was trying to say, Farrell, send me a link, please, once you get that up, because she was saying something about a Nick clip. So I was gonna go in and chat. And I was like,
I would
where'd
leave
my chat
ticket,
go?
Brandy.
I have a question for you about Legos, if I can for a second. I have 16 extra pieces. Is that
Yeah,
normal?
Yes.
I've got probably 40 extra pieces already right now.
Normal.
Yeah, I have about 20 extra
You
pieces.
see this pile here, Scott? This pile here is all extra for this set so far.
They're all the little ones, right? There's always
Yep, all the little tiny pieces that get lost real easy. They usually throw in an extra one or two.
Okay.
So
It's like an IKEA table. Like there's gonna be extra screws. and
see
stuff.
this
You just-
whole Ziploc bag full?
Throw 'em in
These
a
are all
jug.
extra
Those are all
pieces I've
extras.
gotten for the various sets that I've built here in the treehouse. And it's getting too full, so now I've gone over to a jar.
Good. I was starting to feel bad that I maybe had cheated and said I was done when I wasn't. I don't
No,
have
no,
any
no,
spots to
no.
put these.
No, they always throw in a few extras, especially the small ones or like the really unique pieces. Sometimes
Yeah,
you'll
I
get
have
an
like
extra
for
one of
some
those.
reason 2 syringes. I don't know.
Right.
That's the thing.
Subliminal
Anytime-
message there.
Yeah.
Oh, Fox wants to know how Nugget is. So I have chickens. I have baby chickens,
You
and
named your chicken Nugget.
well, one of them is named Nugget, the other one is named Nosy, but there's
Denver.
6 of them, and then we haven't named the rest because they're all going to be dinner.
Oh.
But
Tendy?
no, so Nugget actually found her way out of the coop, while
Oh.
simultaneously the dog decided to open the back door and let the cats out. And so my wife was on the porch Tuesday morning, and she sees the cat outside that's not supposed to be outside wrestling Nugget that's not supposed to be out of the coop. And so she's scrambling to get all the cats and the dogs back in, and then let the and get the little chicken Nugget back into the coop. And then she ended up letting another couple of chickens out of the coop. It was a whole thing. And so but Nugget is fine. Nugget is fine. So I went back and I looked on my videos, and Nugget was being picked on a little bit by some of the bigger hens, and like jumping around and trying to get away from the bigger hens. So finally figured out how to escape that, only to fall prey to the house cat that happened to just get out. So
Out of the frying pan into the fire, right?
yeah, one of those sort of scenarios. But they're all fine now. They settled down. They're good.
They're all going in the frying pan anyway.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised the chicken didn't mess up the house cat.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there. I wish I
Oh,
had
they could
that
beat up
on
the
video.
cat.
Oh yeah.
They
I
got
thought
sharp
cats
teeth.
can beat up a lot of things. No,
The
Well,
cats
yeah.
beat up my dog all the time.
right? That's
My
what I was
cat eats squirrels. Like
Mm.
chases
There you
them down,
go.
kills them, and eats them.
Yeah.
My
Our
dog
cats do the same
protects-
thing.
My dog protects the chickens from the cats. Because we used to have the chicks in the house and we'd raise them until we brought them out to the coop. Now we don't do that. But when we did, the dog would stand guard and keep all the cats away from the baby chicks. So he's good.
So I have a confession. We have stopped feeding our cat because
Okay.
it's an outdoor cat, and
Mm.
it doesn't like the food we give it anyway. And there's like, it has multiple families, and so it goes around and gets whatever food. Like, I'm sure one of them feeds some salmon. We found also that it's cheaper just to put bird food out on the lawn because you prefer live birds to anything that we serve. So we're spreading bird food out, and it catches
That makes
birds.
sense.
So the cat can eat the birds.
Yep.
That makes sense.
And we get to watch.
Oh,
the-
that's
you know,
funny.
it's like the snake thing over again. It's just nature.
Maybe I
happening
need
right
to do
there.
that to my cat because she's getting
That's
obese.
funny.
The cat
need to
eats the
put food in
birds.
her.
The snakes eat the birds. Everybody eat the birds. No, birds stay away from RA's house. But other than
Yeah, right.
That's funny.
so yesterday so in Florida, birds are like birds and alligators are just everywhere around here. It's like, it's not just like birds. It's like birds. So I call them pterodactyls. I don't know what they actually are. They're like sandhill cranes or something. They're
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big tall
We
ones.
call them pterodactyls.
yeah, like they like walk down the street, like they literally walk down the sidewalk, like or like, hey, this looks like a car. I just need to peck for 7 hours, and they will do that. If they see their reflection, they will do like. There's literally in our like little HOA Facebook page, whatever. There's like, hey, like one of the pterodactyls. They don't call them pterodactyls. That's just a me thing. But they're like, one of the sandhill cranes has been here, pecking on this window or mirror or whatever. Like they'll see the reflection in the mirrors or the windows or whatever, and they'll be like, that guy's mocking me. and they'll start like, so it becomes a thing. So we have those to deal with, but then we also have like all of these birds of prey. And we saw one, we were sitting out on the back patio, lanai, whatever, like a lanai. It sounds so fancy. It's a patio, but whatever. That we're supposed to call it lanai now.
Florida. It's
So
called a lanai in Florida.
it's called a lanai in Florida. But see, like my part of Florida is like lower Alabama. So I'm like basically not even
the
really
Panhandle.
Florida. Yeah. So like Panhandle, like it's still a patio. Now that I'm in like fancy country, like now it's a lanai. So, but we're sitting out there on the lanai, and one of like the birds of prey drives by. They don't drive by. That's not a thing. It was flying by, and it had something in its, like you could see something in its talons. And I heard like this little cheep, cheep. And I looked at my husband. I was like, what is that? And he was like, it's just the bird. And I was like, no, it's not. Whatever that is like chirping. And like, I was like, we got to go save it. Like, there's no way to go save it. I can't get up there. I don't have, like, I can't get up there. But in my heart, I was like, why? And like, I know it's like the like circle of life and all that stuff. And like, I remember like Mufasa like holding out, like, I know that this stuff happens. Like, like Lion King prepared me for this, but also I was not emotionally ready for it. And when I heard it chirping, it just broke my heart. I was like, get it out of there. I don't even know what it was. I'd have no clue what it was, but
It was
whatever
probably
it
a
was,
Muscovy duckling.
I don't even
Those
know.
weird ducks that you guys have everywhere with the red faces.
Have you
Oh.
seen the video of the pelican eating a bird?
Yeah, they just eat it whole.
I got to show you this, Brandy.
Pelicans are a little aggressive. However, y'all know I saved a pelican, right?
No.
No.
Oh, I have pictures and videos of that. I've never showed y'all that. Oh my gosh.
No.
I saved a pelican.
Oh.
Oh, hang on. I'm trying to
From
move things around.
what? Like quicksand?
No, it had an injured wing
Quicksand.
from quicksand. That's only in Mario, bruh. Like that's not something that happens in real life. Oh my gosh.
Wow. So they're not. They are omnivores apparently.
Oh
Apparently.
yeah, bird will eat pretty much anything.
They're kind of like the
He's
rats
trying
in the
to-
sky,
I have
right?
a hard time swallowing it.
Please do not.
Wow.
And they just go,
It's still flapping. Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I mean, when you're hungry, you're hungry,
Oh,
Nature
Have
is
a
metal
sniff.
AF.
right?
it's-
True.
that's crazy. You guys, this has been fun. I'm running out of steam a little bit, and
Of
Yeah, no
course,
worries.
You
We
had a
can
hard
end it here.
day.
I didn't
Heck
win,
yeah.
but I did finish. I'm gonna.
And that's all that matters.
You know what? You definitely won because my little 82 piece. Yeah.
It's
you
yours is
won.
beautiful. Your pieces are harder. They're the weird shaped things. Those are
They
Both
were.
of you beat Dave and Valhalla, so you're both winners.
Thank you.
So
That's what I was.
You
gonna
beat
say.
the host. Both
that's
the hosts.
literally
yeah.
all that
I
matters.
think you went easy on me with a couple thousand pieces each. So
Well,
Thank
been
you
awesome.
so much.
thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Scott,
Scott. It's
for being
always a
here.
pleasure, brother.
Bye.
Brandy, thanks for
Good
being
night.
here, and you all have a wonderful night. Take care.
Love y'all.
Later, y'all.
I
Attorney in a suit and goats on the loose. Divorcee sipping wine like there's no excuse. With Lego bricks stacked in a colorful haze. They're building dreams while the questions blaze. Brick by brick and word by word, secrets spill out as the pieces get stirred. From lawsuits to heartbreaks to stories of old, interviewing life while the sets unfold. Attorney tile, but now it's a brick. The farmer speaks wisdom that's earthy and slick. The ex pours her tea while she laughs at the jokes. Behind a strange world, there's magic it evokes. Flashbacks to courtrooms and fields of green, to Cali love lost in Lego scenes. Strangers pour out their life on the screen, in the strangest show you've ever seen. Brick by brick and word by word, secrets spill out as the pieces get stirred. From lawsuits to heartbreaks to stories of old, interviewing life while their sets unfold. Flashbacks to courtrooms and fields of green, to Cali love lost in Lego scenes. Strangers pour out their life on the screen, in the strangest show you've ever seen. Brick by brick and word by word, secrets spill out as the pieces get stirred. From lawsuits to heartbreaks to stories of old, interviewing life while their sets unfold. Classic castles grow, but so do the stories. Tales of fame, past glory, and embarrassing stories. The goat farmer grins, says life's full of muck. The attorney replies, bet that's worth the buck.